Les faces off against chaos as a wild woman storms in demanding her money, leading to a bizarre showdown where even the pawn shop floor becomes her stage.
When I come to pay you, I don't get all the mother questions. When you take my money,
You know names.
let me the fuck go. I want my stuff.
You ain't getting nothing. You don't come back.
Yeah, I will be back. You and your people.
I can put up with a lot, but that woman cannot call me that. She walks up to one of the cars and pulls out her boobs and starts rubbing it on the car.
Les, the owner of the pawn shop, greets a guest who brings Detroit bicentennial cards. However, the excitement fizzles out when they realize the cards aren't worth as much as they'd hoped online.
$50 less. Shake on it. Give me a minute.
No problem. Got an ad you can show me?
Oh, mommy, the food. Thank you.
Les Gold faces off with a cheerful, plump customer aiming to sell a watch for his wife's anniversary. Les, ever witty, discovers it's their anniversary too. The old man deadpans 25 years, prompting Les to hilariously inquire, "How many happy years, man?" Laughter ensues in this pawn shop comedy.
Having your day. Ooh. Have a nice day. Food.
After getting kicked out of the pawn shop, our guy doesn't seem bothered at all. Instead, he starts acting really silly on the street. He starts walking in a funny way, like he's in the army, and starts shouting random silly things. This made people laugh a little bit.
Yeah, man, I'm trying to see how much I can get for this. Yeah.
I won't even be able to sell it for near that.
$20?
$20.
20, which is probably more than I would even offer. Do you know what it is?
It don't matter how many you sitting on in the back.
Because then I can't sell them. You paid $200 for that, I've ever heard?
Yeah, I mean,
Really, you paid $200. I'll sell you like.
The scene opens with a heated exchange between a customer and a pawn shop employee, Jay, over the value of an item. The customer demands more than the offered $20, leading to frustration and a call for the manager.
Help!
I'm looking out the leeway window because I hear some commotion, and I see another irate customer in line.
That's all I'm giving, period.
All right, where's your manager?
I'm the manager.
Oh, you are the manager.
I'm the manager.
The manager.
I'm the manager.
$20. I've seen a customer get angry because it says system.
$20. What the fuck do with $20?
The customer gets angrier and wants to talk to the boss. The boss comes out, but he doesn't want to. He still says the item's only worth $20. This makes the situation even more intense.
$20.
Don't know.
Huh? And what the you gonna do, old man? Old man?
Who the you calling? Really, mother?
Was that something new?
you did? Your system does that work.
Things get worse as the customer gets angrier, using foul language and insisting on more money. The manager stays calm, but's upset with how things are handled and worries if his staff can deal with these kinds of situations.
Yeah.
I had to deal with more than I should have today. It's gonna be my system, period.
Tell him I told you not to do it.
I don't want to hear it. Just go back to work. Ashley and Seth are
The owner asserts his authority, declaring that until the staff proves themselves capable, he'll remain in charge. He admonishes the employees for their handling of the situation and the inefficiencies within the store.
Stop kissing my ass. I had to deal with more than I should have today. Until you prove it to me that you have the ability to run the store without me, it's going to be my system, period. Ashley and Seth are definitely not ready to be in charge yet. And at this rate, they may never be ready.
At the end, the boss thinks about what happened today. He's not sure if his workers are ready for more responsibility. He's upset about the problems in the store. The pricing owner engages in conversation with Les, discussing his new responsibility of pricing items for sale. He reveals his discovery of a framed item, initially estimating its value at $100, and mentions its significance as an original piece by Stanley Mouse, known for his work with the Grateful Dead and other bands.
Well, I told them, the stranger the item, the more value it had.
The pricing owner and Les delve into the potential worth of the item, recognizing its rarity and connection to Stanley Mouse. They discuss the value of unique items, citing examples like an old hand-painted t-shirt that turned out to be valuable. The pricing owner expresses intention to find a suitable buyer for the
Hold on to your seats because this next guy is about to unleash some of the rarest goodies on the market.
5, 6.
Brace yourselves, space geeks, because this is gonna blow your mind. So this guy rolls up with a bunch of crates, and let me tell you, the anticipation is real.
Got a couple things. I have some Star Trek things, and I also have things from NASA.
He's got some seriously cool stuff from the Star Trek universe, and even NASA. I mean, come on, that's pretty awesome. It's clear that this dude is a space enthusiast through and through, and his collection is off the charts. Honestly, it's a total flex. Like seriously, you gotta take a look at this thing.
This is all the kind of stuff that you're into.
Now, here's the kicker. Ashley confesses that she and her brother aren't exactly die-hard Star Trek fans. But guess what? Every time they get anything Star Trek related in their shop, it flies off the shelves.
I'm not a Trekkie girl, my brother's not a Trekkie guy, but when we get Star Trek stuff in here, it flies off.
Talk about a lucky break, huh? This guy managed to gather all these valuable items from various Star Trek conventions across the country, thanks to his gig as a truck driver. Talk about dedication to the cause. But wait, it gets even better. He pulls out this kit from Paramount Studios, which is a seriously impressive piece in his collection.
To give to radio station to run ads for the show.
And it's an authentic set that was sent to a TV executive when Deep Space Nine first hit the screens. Now that's some next level stuff right there. You can't help but appreciate the sheer coolness of it all. Here's the catch though. All this awesomeness comes at a price, and Seth, our shop owner, is taken aback by the asking price.
This was $1,000?
Yes.
Wow. $1,000?
Yes.
Why? Why is that so
Because
much?
it's custom built and it all lights up and works.
The guy wants a whopping $1,200 for everything, unless ever the savvy negotiator tries to bring it down to $700. It seems like a stalemate, but fear not, because Ashley steps in with her clever thinking. After some intense back and forth, Ashley manages to strike a deal.
$7,800.
She works her magic and secures all these incredible items for just $800. Can you believe it? Talk about a happy ending. Everyone walks away satisfied. The customer gets a fair price, and our shop owners have some killer new additions to their inventory. Who knew that a truck driver with a passion for Star Trek could bring so much excitement to our little shop? It just goes to show you never know what surprises are waiting around the corner. I kid you not. This next guy just pulled up with a true gem.
Checker taxi cab. I don't know about the original miles. Meter still.
Can you even fathom it? It's none other than a 1982 checkered cab. Whoa, now that's what I call antique. Take a gander at this beauty. It's in remarkable condition. It's evident that the owner showered this car with lots of love and care. Kudos to him.
Did you call for a cab? Did you call for a cab?
Now, hold on to your hats because there's more to this story. Our daring duo, Les and Seth, decided to peek under the hood. Lo and behold, their jaws dropped.
Look at that thing purr. Don't you lose money because you get there quicker? And it all goes...
The engine looks splendid, almost brand new. How cool is that? But wait, there's a fascinating tidbit about this cab. Back in the day, they used to write the rates right on the taxi door itself. Talk about genius. This way, the rates were fixed, making it easier to attract customers. It's a shame we don't see this kind of thoughtful detail nowadays.
The door. Did you see the rates on the door?
Yeah, I did. The shut up one is one I like.
And guess what? This car enthusiast doesn't just have one of these incredible cabs, but a whopping total of 4. 4, my friends! And out of all his prized possessions, he decided to part ways with one and sell it to this very pawn shop.
As long as the price is right and it's in good condition, we can make a profit.
Boy, oh boy, Les and Seth should count their lucky stars. Now brace yourselves for the asking price. This customer is seeking a jaw-dropping $10,000. Can you believe it? Les, being the inquisitive one, questions the reason behind such a hefty sum for what seems to be a mere antique car. Sensibly, Seth suggests that the customer take the car for a spin, just to ensure everything is running smoothly. Perhaps then they'll be able to negotiate a fair price. Good thinking, Seth. Les, ever the insightful one, recognizes that this is not just any ordinary car. It's a masterpiece, a truly unique item. Plus, considering its excellent condition, they can actually turn a profit from it. However, much to their disappointment, the customer refuses to budge below $8,500. Sadly, no deal can be made today. Nonetheless, Les wishes him luck, and we join him in hoping that the right buyer comes along for this exceptional ride. Fingers crossed.
This customer came in to pay off the interest on an item she's pawned earlier, even though it was way past the due date.
How are you?
I don't know. I'm about to see.
Okay, so you want to pay off your interest today?
Yeah.
From how snappy she was being, it was only natural she'd eventually end up on Ashley's bad side.
I owe.
Okay, you owe $50.60.
How much?
$50.60.
Where the that come from?
The moment Ashley told her how much she owed, she went on a very huge rant in a fit of rage.
I owe $50 for
Actually,
my ass.
I didn't know somebody that age knew so many swear words. Like, it was just, wow.
She's speaking so fast that it's really tough to understand what she's trying to say at all. It's like nobody understands the words coming out of her mouth.
Getting riled up and screaming spooks me out.
Okay, well, let's catch up again. Spook that job. Yes, spook that job. What can I say?
Ashley tried to be as patient as possible with her, which is a first if you're new to the show.
It's called Yiddish.
What the is a Yiddish?
Yiddish with a Y.
Well, I understand that I understand Ethiopian. How about that?
The customer would eventually wear her patience thin with her obnoxious attitude.
You can pay off your interest. Actually, you have three. You can pay off your
First
interest.
it was one, first it was two, now it's three. Can you please make up your damn mind and tell me what the I gotta do?
Just like she's always done, Ashley decided to screech your answers back in an attempt to match your energy, since her previous attempts didn't really get very far.
Okay, then go pay $50.60 and come back when
Where
you
the
want to.
is your boss at?
I'm the boss. Now what?
Looking a bit worse for wear, this customer brought in a set of fur coats.
I'm good. How are you?
Well, actually, I got bills to pay. I'm trying to get rid of some things.
So how much money do you need?
I need about $415.
So $415?
Even without being a professional, it's pretty clear to see that these coats are not made from real fur, to speak less of being made of lamb.
This isn't lamb.
That is lamb.
That's not lamb.
What is that then? That's lamb, honey.
That's not real fur. I'm not gonna take that.
There's no way she's gonna be walking away with what she thought she would, or anything at all for that matter. This is Ashley that we're talking about, and she hasn't taken a fancy to even one of the coats.
I'll take this one. $40.
Who?
$40.
4D? Are you serious? No, you're not serious.
She was trying to milk as much as she could off of that one deal, but Ashley is dead set on her offer.
Okay, give me $80. Come on.
I can't.
Sure you can.
To make sure that things were cool, Byron decided to move closer, the big snuggle bear that he is.
Big boy, I like big boys, yeah. You gonna climb up on you, huh?
Yep.
I say. Ooh, wait, don't get scared now. Come on, Red Ride with you, baby.
Follow Big Daddy.
Who's that day?
Of all the customers he's met, this lady's probably the first one who's walked out of the store in a very jovial mood.
Come on, keep your eyes on the prize.
Yeah, baby. Took it. Yeah, Daddy.
This customer was trying to sell a piece of jewelry that didn't exactly hit the specific weight to make him eligible to get the amount that he wanted to sell it for.
It doesn't weigh enough for us to take it.
Ain't no gravity in my...
That's a pretty bold request that he's made, especially to an employee of said store.
He wants me to take my jewelry off and put it with his so I can give him more than $5.
$5.
I'm sorry. That's all we can go. We're just not interested.
$5.
We're not interested.
Before he can hold everyone else up, Les manages to get him away from the window.
Thank you.
So I can't get, nothing for it?
Nah.
Ain't nothing gonna work?
We're not interested.
Ain't nothing go with it.
I don't know what else you got to go with it.
I ain't got nothing to go with. I'm asking y'all for something to go with it.
Instead of just getting out of the store after all their business is over, this man decided to take a seat in one of the chairs in the store, which is a big no-no.
No, he can go.
I can't get a little different times. Hold on, man.
Since he was being quite irrational, they decided to carry him out of the store, screaming and kicking.
And get one. Get bull. That's bull. That's bull.
Let's go up the game, Fargo.
Beth is used to loud and rude customers, but this is the first time a customer tries to flirt with him. It throws Seth off balance for a second, but he proves that he's a businessman to the bone.
What's your name again?
I'm Seth.
Oh, you cute.
Yeah.
Focus.
Let me see your ring.
Are you married?
I'm good.
That mean you're married?
I'm good.
Seth gives the woman his offer for her items, and she replies with an interesting counteroffer. Neither Seth nor Rich are willing to take up her offer, but Seth might know someone who will at least consider it.
You want to taste it, Rich?
I'm good.
Rich, you just offered.
Dude, listen, I wouldn't move in on your action.
Hey, Rick. Would you suck on that pacifier for 20 bucks?
Rick reluctantly rejects the earlier offer, but Seth raises the stakes and makes an offer his employee can't resist. Everyone enjoyed that, even Rick. Especially Rick.
I'll buy you lunch for the week.
Ready?
Seth closes a deal with the pacifier-sucking lady, and we can all agree that he made the best of the deal in every way. Would you suck it for 20 bucks?
So 300.
Sure.
You want to do it?
Great.
Thank you.
For $300, she got a good deal and we got a good deal.
This customer walks in with Travisky crystals. Seth has no idea what the hell these crystals are, but he knows what this woman has is not real.
My grandmother gave me that ring before she passed away, and she told me that they were Travisky crystals.
I'm not interested in your crystals.
No, I'm not going anywhere until you give me some money for my crystals.
Do you not understand English?
The crystals may be fake, but not everything about this lady is fake, and she does her best to make that point to Seth. Me, personally, I'd rather buy a Kyber crystal.
Something that's real.
Really?
These right here, they're real. They're real. Can I get some money for those? Are you gonna know what? All this fake ass. You don't know no crystals when you see a mother. Yeah.
This guy, Mark Hollingsworth, waltzes into the shop with the kind of sketchy idea. He's all like, I own this company dealing with watches, cars, and parking problems. But trust me, his sales pitch is as smooth as sandpaper.
Yes, Mark Hollingsworth.
Mark Hollingsworth.
Do you have a company out that does any of your, watches your lot or anything like that, takes any of the cars out?
We do.
Right off the bat, it's clear Mark's trying some passive-aggressive marketing. Les isn't buying it, though. Mark's still pushing, suggesting towing away illegally parked cars. Les, smelling potential scams, puts his foot down. No signing anything.
Better business venture than what?
Well, then probably what you're working out right now.
I must be missing something.
Okay, well, there's nothing to be missing. If somebody's parked illegally, we want to be...
Tension builds as Mark insists on linking their businesses. Les draws the line, saying Mark can't come in and shake him down. It gets really intense, and Les gives Mark an ultimatum. Leave or get tossed out.
I want the business. We're kind of working the area right here.
What does that mean?
Well, I'm going to give you...
Les, not one to back down, successfully kicks Mark out. Mark, feeling a bit defiant, says he'll be back, but Les isn't bothered. He's like, you're not welcome here. But he just won't get a clue.
This is going to be our business as well.
No, it's definitely not going to be.
Listen.
No, you listen. You are not coming into my business and trying...
Very nice way to promote a business.
Right here,
Here's the way it's going to work, sir. You can leave nicely, or we can throw your ass out.
I tried coming
Nobody
in
comes in here shaking me down. Do you understand that?
Les has got grit and refuses to fall for dodgy deals. Mark's attempt to twist his way into a business thing totally backfires, leaving Les with one message. His pawn shop isn't a playground for shady schemes.
I'm not leaving anywhere right
Yeah, of course you're not.
I'll be back in this.
All right, come on back.
And him, and...
Well, at least they managed to buckle up for this one. A dude storms in on a mission to find the perfect anniversary gift, a watch for his wife. It's their anniversary too. Sweet vibes, right?
The next customer comes to the store in search of the perfect anniversary gift.
I need to get a watch for my wife's anniversary.
It's not your anniversary too?
But hold on, he hits us with a curveball. Wants to trade in a necklace that supposedly belonged to his grandma.
Mine too. And she said, this belonged to my grandmother. Probably worth a lot of money. I just want to bring it up and see what you think. Maybe we'll do a trade for a watch.
Plot twist. Les finds out it's a fake. Oof. But this dude still got game, pushing for that watch trade.
When he discovers that the necklace he brought is fake.
Well, do you really want me to tell you what I think? They're not real. But it was fake when it was made, and it's still fake.
What are you going to give me for this? I want to trade for a watch.
It's fake. I'm not interested.
Les ain't fooled though. He's like, nah, that necklace is worth zilch.
The persistent husband insists on making a deal.
Let me see what you got in watches. And so what are you saying? This is worth absolutely nothing.
Absolutely.
That's
The situation.
And then it gets spicy. The persistent husband starts trash-talking Les's family. Big mistake.
I am?
Okay, I've seen your wife.
Lucky you.
Yeah, lucky me.
Oh man, big mistake. Les draws the line telling him there are two things you don't talk about: wives and family.
I don't think so.
This crosses a line for Les.
Listen, mother. Two things you don't talk about: wife and my family.
The little boy and that
It heats up. A little scuffle breaks out and security has to step in.
badass daughter of yours. Get off of me, don't.
Where you got to go?
Les isn't letting it slide. He's like, get out and don't let the door hit you on the way.
Wide.
I hurt you guys so bad.
Sure you
You
will.
better get two people, fat man.
Get the out of here.
2, 3, 4. Up the door.
Ashley's dealing with this guy who wants to pawn his grandma's ring, and it's kind of a bummer because she recently passed away. Sad vibes.
My grandma just passed.
I'm sorry.
I was like hoping to see what I could get for this.
Okay, so whose ring is this?
My grandma's.
Ding! But plot twist. Ashley checks the ring and bam, it's fake gold. The guy can't believe it, goes from sad to frustrated.
How much is your rent?
300.
Okay. Unfortunately, it's not real.
What you mean it's not real?
It's not.
Ashley suggests pawning other stuff like a TV, but that just makes him more annoyed. Leave.
Basically, y'all sit up here and waste my time talking to you.
You don't waste your time. If you have a TV, you can pawn your TV.
What the I look like pawning my TV?
Now he's all, I want to talk to someone else. More irate.
I need to speak with somebody.
Big snuggle buddy Byron steps in, sensing trouble. The guy's getting more heated, and Byron's like, calm down, lower your voice.
Tell me
lower
what
your
to do.
voice.
Don't
Lower
put
your
your
voice.
finger in
Lower
my
your
face.
voice. Lower your
Don't
voice.
put your
You got
finger
me.
in.
Then it gets crazy. The guy threatens Ashley. Byron's not having it, tells him to leave. But nope, the guy stays put. So Byron has to physically escort him out. Ashley and Byron are like the peacekeepers, dealing with the chaos and keeping the shop in order. Headed to threaten Ashley, an action that wasn't very well received.
Bitch, I'll be back, bitch.
On the ground, mother. You're talking that now, get the hell out of here.
Here comes a young man eager to make a deal at the shop.
A young man comes into the shop.
He's waving something around, claiming he wants at least $100 for it. Les, the owner, isn't having it, saying it's not worth that much and offers him $20 instead.
To the shop.
I'm trying to see how much I can get for this. I'm trying to get at least 100 for it.
$100?
Yeah.
I won't even be able to sell it for near that.
So how much can you give me, man?
20 bucks?
The young man is not thrilled, insisting he needs at least $100.
I need my money.
I understand.
I'm gonna need at least $100 for this.
You paid $200 for that, I overheard? I'll sell you like 4 of them for less than that.
Why would I want to bow? I'm trying to get.
Tempers start rising and he's yelling for more staff, demanding to see a manager ASAP. Les, sensing the commotion, steps in.
Dollars. Why is there more staff out here? Get some help. I've been waiting for an hour. I need to see a manager right now.
The situation escalates quickly as the young man disrespects Les, calling him old man.
On.
What the you gonna do, old man?
Who you calling?
This sets Les off, and in a moment of rage, something regrettable happens. Les takes charge, telling the young man it's time to go, and the drama unfolds.
Thing he will regret later.
Who the you calling him? Really, mother?
I got this. I got it.
You wanna give me more than $20?
Get out.
Les takes matters into his own hands.
Time to go.
Nikki's got this customer who's upset about the cash offered for her golden bracelet.
They usually give me 3.
Okay, gold dropped, so.
That's not my problem.
She expected $300 like last time, but Nikki says it's $250 now because the gold price did a little dance. She started clamoring for a manager over and over, like that was gonna solve anything.
I want to speak to your manager.
What price did you give her?
$250.
And you need how much?
3.
Okay.
Just because the price of gold has gone down, that's...
Now, this customer isn't having it. She's like, I want a manager. But surprise, Ashley steps in. Not a manager, but trying to explain the gold market. The customer's having none of it and wants that extra $50.
You're not understanding.
No, I want my $50. The extra $50.
If
Since it's clear she won't be getting the amount she was hoping for, she decides when she realizes that bonus cash isn't happening, the customer flips the script, blaming the gold price drop for her unhappiness. She's dead set on getting her money despite market facts. Hey.
Gold has gone down.
Give me my money.
Is she serious?
Yeah, you gotta bring him around because you
But Nikki's had enough of the drama. She tells the customer to hit the road, saying disruptive behavior isn't cool, and well, she's not welcome anymore. Customers out, never to return.
Here. Have a good day and walk
I ain't never
outside.
coming back to this store. You ain't big.
Have a good day. Have a good
You
day.
ain't big. I will rob you.
First thing in the morning, and this customer just decided he wanted to mess with Les.
What the hell's going on?
Hey, man, I need some money. I got kicked out. My mama kicked me out last night.
Les saw him when he picked up all those items before bringing it over to meet, so he definitely thinks he could take Les for a fool.
Where did you really get it?
My mom's basement.
Tell me where you really got the vacuum.
My mom's basement, man. Where do you think I got it from, fool?
With how bold this guy's being, even going as far as insulting him, Les couldn't help but get even more furious than he already was.
You think I'm that stupid that I didn't see you pull the off the floor?
Really was in the right mental space, she should have known that she could just, bring him along.
Well, you have to make a police report.
I need my stuff. A police report. Do it like I called the police.
Since she clearly said it was stolen, a police report would have been the next best thing to do, apart from getting the thieves to come get it for her instead of going on a crazy rant. But if it was rational, we wouldn't be covering it.
So did you make a police report?
Can I do it back here?
I'm not the police.
Look, I just want my...
Ashley's not one to back down from the challenge, so when this lady threatened to get violent with her, she immediately stepped up to that challenge. Hashtag popcorn.
I'm leaving out of here. I get my
now.
I'm not leaving out here till I get my...
The door's right there.
Seems she was at least conscious enough to know that there's no way she could ever dare touch Ashley with security around.
Kathleen! Okay.
Oh, please.
Bye. See ya.
No.
Next up is this crazy lady who came in yelling her lungs out in the store without minding the fact that she'd be inconveniencing others with her really loud bellows. Also, she might want to choke down a mint. I could smell that crap from here.
Me like that, who the hell you think you talking to? No, I'm talking to you. You know what? I'm gonna come and show your bitch ass.
If she knew she wanted privacy, then she could have tried to, make her call more freaking discreet.
Ma'am?
Hold on. Hey, lady, miss.
This is our...
Don't follow me. Do not follow me.
Okay, well, I can't have you screaming like this, so what do you want me to do?
You know what? Hold on. Let me finish with this lady, because I don't know who the she is.
When Ashley incessantly begged her, she finally decided to end the call. Unfortunately, that didn't stop her from continuing to yell at the top of her lungs. Some babies just need a bottle and a burping.
Miss, get somebody to help me, please.
What do you need help with?
I need some help with my rings right
Can you
here.
take off your ring?
Wait, you just walking up on me, can you see my rings? I don't even know who you is.
Ashley decided to adopt a really funny tactic in dealing with this particular crazy lady. She decided to annoy her until she leaves. If only that worked with my in-laws.
Can somebody else help me? Because you...
Ma'am, I can help you walk out the door.
No, you're not gonna help me walk out the door, because I'm not going out the door until I get some help. That's what I came in here for. Now, can somebody help me other than you?
No.
Ashley seemed to be having fun dealing with this particular crazy lady, and there's no way she's gonna turn back now.
Follow me no more. I won't come back in this bitch. All the motherfucking times I've been coming in here giving y'all my motherfucking and this is how I'm getting treated, y'all.
Plus kids, this customer who's trying to sell a watch.
The bitch won this one, all right?
After reading through one of their ads, this lady came over to make a very odd inquiry.
I was trying to find out because your sign was saying that I can get 30 days of free cash.
Well, she read all right, but she didn't quite understand it at all. Came in hoping to pawn his rosary, claiming it was an antique.
It's been passed down from generation to generation to generation. Now it's mine, and I'm trying to put you in the game with this crystal.
Just because it's old doesn't make it a really valuable item, but it seems this man doesn't want to acknowledge that at all.
So, how much can I get?
Well, you can't get anything. It's not diamonds, it's not gold, it's just crystals.
Honestly, I think Les has said all there is that needs to be said, but we'll just have to, make things clear he's got no other choice than to repeat himself.
How much would you pawn this for?
I won't take that in pawn because we only take precious metal.
Well, this is precious.
To you.
to me.
With his demeanor through this whole thing, it's pretty clear at this point that this guy's gonna be trouble.
Work something out, man.
No, I can't take it. I'm sorry.
Well, I think you need to work something out with me, man.
Trying to strong-arm the poor guy isn't exactly the right way to conduct business.
Tell him it's antique, man.
Nope, it's not antique, bro.
I don't want to talk. Me and you.
No deal.
Deal.
No deal.
He's been introduced to the antique expert. Now it's time for the antique expert to introduce him to the door once again.
Let's talk about it on the way out the door.
Hey, hold on, man. Hold on, brother. Hold on. Look, hold on, man. Hold on. I can leave on my own. Hey.
This customer is saying something about a gift and how she needs a refund.
Good, how are you?
My niece bought me some earrings from here.
Oh, that
and when
was
she
nice.
bought them, one of the diamonds was missing, and I wanted to know, can I get my money back?
Do you have the receipt?
No. Do gifts come with a receipt?
If she really did get that as a gift, wouldn't it have been better if the individual that gifted it came over with the receipt instead?
The first problem, you don't have the receipt.
If you had a receipt, it would look like this.
I know what a receipt would look like if I had one.
But that's not the only thing she's got with the whole thing, though.
No cash.
On the receipt, it says no cash refund. One more problem that's really key to this whole thing. These are fake.
This woman didn't like what Ashley told her, so she tried to tarnish their image with the other customers in the store.
Excuse me, anybody buying any jewelry from here? Don't get no more jewelry from here, because the ain't good.
Hey.
Ashley, like this whole thing might just be an elaborate scam. Instead of just tossing her out, she was kind enough to give this woman options to choose from.
2 options. You pick whichever option you want. You can leave.
No, I ain't going nowhere.
Second option is you can get the receipt and then
ain't no
Since they asked her to leave nicely and she didn't, they had no choice but to resort to a more forceful approach.
How
you doing,
Joe? Show you to the front door.
Wait a minute now. Get your hands off.
I guess you'll leave.
I'll be back.
See you then.
But Ashley is not the only one who had to deal with some crazy customers.
Phone work. It's a simple question. Does the
Picture this guy, all dressed up in his baggy clothes, trying to act all smart and cool. Classic, right? So he's claiming that he bought an iPhone from the store like 2 to 3 days ago. But now the camera isn't working and he's seriously ticked off about it. All he wants is a replacement phone. Simple as that. But hold up a sec. Did he bother to bring the receipt? That's the million-dollar question right there. Because you know, without that little piece of paper, it's gonna be a bit tricky to sort things out. I mean, come on, it's like buying a ticket to a concert and then trying to get in without showing it. No can do, my dude. Receipts are like the golden ticket when it comes to returns and replacements. They're proof that you actually bought the item legit and can claim your rights if something goes wrong. Now, assuming he actually did bring the receipt, then it shouldn't be a major issue to get him sorted out. The store can check the purchase details, verify the warranty, and see what can be done about that faulty camera situation. It's all about following the proper procedure and making sure everything is legit.
I ain't got it with me. I ain't bring it.
So you're telling me you knew you had to get the phone exchanged and forgot the receipt? But Rich says they don't even sell iPhones for $200. So obviously my man over here is a scammer. Rich was very clear that he could look into it, but he needs the receipt. And he kept denying. Yet Rich asked him who showed him the phone so that he could double check. He randomly calls up one guy and obviously the guy denies, saying they had iPhones on sale 2 to 3 weeks back. And the customer claims that he got it 2 to 3 days back. But obviously the man didn't like the fact that he is getting caught. And you wouldn't believe what he said to Rich.
Mohawk, shut the hell up.
My Mohawk doesn't talk.
It clearly does.
Clearly it
Along
doesn't.
with that goatee,
Now,
too.
the goatee does.
Like seriously, this dude went way overboard. First, he rolls up in here with a fake item that was never even sold to him in the first place. What's up with that, right? And then he has the audacity to start talking back to Rich like he's the boss or something. Come on, man. Rich ain't just gonna sit there and let this guy run his mouth without firing back. It's all about standing up for yourself and not taking any BS from anyone. Rich had every right to clap back and put this dude in his place. I mean, it's crazy how some people think they can just waltz in and cause a scene without any consequences. But nah, that's not how it works here.
Okay, did that one work?
Pull the things up over your ears a little because you clearly can't.
No way, dude. Even while Big Joe was escorting him out, this guy had the nerve to keep shouting at Rich, trying to prove his point. Talk about audacity on another level. I mean, seriously, when you're already in a situation where you're being shown the door, you'd think common sense would kick in, and you just leave quietly. But no, not this guy. He just couldn't resist the urge to keep arguing and making a scene. It's like he thought he could still somehow win the argument or get his way by raising his voice. But let's be real here. Shouting isn't gonna magically make your point more valid. It's all about having a civilized conversation and respecting the boundaries. But man, I can only imagine the frustration and annoyance Rich must have felt having to bear all that unnecessary noise.
Send me a picture of the receipt from your phone.
Damn, my man Rich definitely got that one stitch on his head for a long, long time. That was a pretty savage and badass man. I mean, you have to be like that in this job, or else people would just walk all over you.
Customer decided to bring a stereo that she'd gotten from the store that wasn't in absolutely perfect condition like she thought it would be.
You bought this here?
Yes. We just want our money back.
The problem is I can't give you a refund. We just don't have that option. I can give you anything else that you want to use. It's not a problem.
Things would have gone quite smoothly if the customer's brother, who decided to tag along, didn't try to complicate things.
That's much more than that, man. That's not cool, man. We want our money. They sold my sister some broken merchandise. I don't see no point of pawn shops anyway.
It's pretty clear to see that they can't get a cash refund. After all, it's in the fine print. But this man remains obstinate with his absurd demand.
Well, the problem is we don't refund. That's right on your receipt. So if you'd like to get something else, I have no problem with that.
We want something a whole lot better than what we got.
So you want to spend more money?
Since the customer's brothers made it clear that he plans on making a fool of himself, Les decided to give him a chance to make a choice, or an ultimatum to be precise.
We don't want this. You can take this stuff.
Sir, listen. Sir,
no.
I will be forced to have you
What you
leave
mean
the-
for? Who gonna do so?
Immediately after Les gave him his last chance, the man made his choice, which can only mean that he'll be getting himself a one-way ticket out of the store.
No. I don't.
Hey, why don't we come over on this side? Let's come on over on this side. Why don't we come over on this side?
You be like that, man.
They tried to escort him out as calmly as they could, but the man just wouldn't let up.
Now, come on, man. You don't want to be stupid.
They'd eventually reached an agreement and the repair was underway, but the man decided to burst in once again to cause a scene.
No! Get off me, man! No!
All he got in return was his forceful removal, despite the fact that he was kicking and screaming like a little baby.
Thank you very much. All right, man.
I come here all the time, so you just gonna mess it up for me?
I've been thrown out of better places.
You'd get out of here a lot quicker if you
Hold on,
signed
what is
it.
this? What is this?
What is what?
This ain't what he told me he was gonna give me.
What did he tell you he was going to give you?
Ashley wouldn't just try to give the man that amount unless that's what has been agreed upon and printed on his slip.
You're not getting 400, you're getting 110.
Okay, well, you can't give me my 400.
Sign that, and
I'm
I'll
not
give you your
saying
money.
You know what?
Sir.
See, you the type of motherfucker I've been caught outside and cracked you upside your head.
So she decided she wouldn't be handing him the money that he wanted.
Get your
want to talk to me. You're gonna talk to me with some respect. I got more women on the street out here hustling, doing things for me every night, every day.
Next up, we've got this customer who had run into some financial issues that needed solving post-haste.
I'm trying to get all my stuff out. So, what are you looking to do with that? I'm looking to get $100 for it to help me out.
The deal was underway, but they eventually ran into their first cause for argument when the seller called this very outrageous price.
What the hell is that going to do for you?
$100 will help me move my out. It'll feed my dogs if I have to, wherever I find.
To the seller, $10 probably wouldn't be enough to get him the services he's hoping to enlist with the money, but that's all Seth and Les can offer.
What the do you mean it's going to be a good start? The $10 isn't going to be. Why couldn't you do 50 for this?
Because I could never get 50.
Since he was being pretty rude to him, Les decided to teach him a lesson.
Either you're and you're up in here disrespecting me, trying to hand my back to me. I'm not having that. No. Are you kidding me right now?
Things would have stopped there if he just decided to take the doll, but what he didn't, Les dropped it, an action that wasn't well received.
If I were to do this, that's disrespecting you.
What the is your problem?
It's pretty clear that he's not welcome at the store, and since they couldn't satisfy his needs, he should have just headed somewhere else.
Pick it up. You want to treat me like a bitch? You're gonna be the bitch. Pick my up. Pick my doll up. Are you insane?
Apart from the usual irate customers, the employees also have to deal with some fraudulent characters trying to rob them of their money.
I need to talk to somebody.
Okay.
Just bought this coat here about a week ago. Riding down the road and the thing just shreds up.
She placed the first hurdle this customer has to cross, the receipt.
Do you have your receipt?
No, isn't this receipt enough?
No, it's not. I need a receipt.
You just seen me here last week.
They've had a lot of customers over that particular issue, so there's definitely no way his face would really stick. And even if it did, he doesn't have a receipt to back up his claims.
All I want is another coat, or I want my damn money.
Can't help you unless you have a receipt.
How about I just take one?
It's their policy, and it was set to protect, the business, just like it has now. But this dude clearly wasn't a fan, so he resorted to a somewhat drastic measure.
Let's take one then. What do we got?
Byron?
What do we
you
got
want
here?
to assist this, sir?
What do we got here?
What's wrong?
I'll take this whole damn wreck.
Hold on, my man. Hold on,
I'll take this whole wreck. What?
He's messed up with his actions. Byron managed to kick him out before he could kick up more of a fuss.
What, I can't have my coat back?
Walk yourself out, bro.
You gonna get my coat?
Bro.
Get my damn coat, man. The thing's flopping in the
Here,
damn
you
wind.
know what, sir?
I'm
You
going
can
on coat.
This customer is probably the funniest yet. She came in wearing the merchandise she was hoping to sell.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm Shannon.
Hi, Shannon.
How much would you give me for this?
How much you want?
At least 1,000.
Les's offer seemed quite little to this customer, who exclaimed greatly just to show his displeasure with the amount offered.
I can give you 100.
100 for this motherfucking coat? I want more than 100.
How about 100?
How can she expect him to trust her judgment on the price? She doesn't even have an inkling of what the coat is really made of.
Ma'am,
Okay, you got me up.
it's Fox.
This is a rabbit, a bird, whatever the I want it to be.
They decided to just troll her as hard as they can because they could.
You gonna give her more than $100 on that?
I'm gonna give her more than $1.
What the $1? Hell. Who the is he?
He's my fur expert.
The lady refused to take this blatant rejection well, so she protested against it, causing a scene in the process.
You my security too?
There you go.
Oh! Y'all don't know who y'all with up in here.
Bobby J had to attend to these customers who were in the market for a ring.
I'm gonna pose my boyfriend. Tomorrow's our 6th anniversary, 6 years anniversary.
Really?
Yes.
With jokes being thrown around and the likes, you'd have thought things might just end differently from the others this time.
Okay. So what size, do you know the size that he is, or ring-wise?
I thought you was talking about that size. I was like, that is too personal now.
No, I'm not.
Bobby tried his best, putting them through as they went round checking the set of rings they had available at the store.
Now, I gotta practice now. I'm gonna pretend like I'm close to you, okay?
Oh.
That's pretty uncomfortable, but for the grind, Bobby had no choice other than to offer himself up.
Now, Tay-Tay, we've been together for a while. Will you marry me?
I would be honored.
Bobby was just relieved to know the whole affair was about to be over as he directed them over to sales window for the payment.
Yeah.
All right, enter your 4-digit PIN followed by the green button, please.
Okay.
Fine.
It's declined.
It is not declining. You better,
It's okay.
Hell no.
Things were strained between them all, but it got even worse when Ashley made a very terrible mistake.
No, look. Your ass is gonna give me that ring.
Sir, listen.
Sir. Bitch, who you calling sir? Who you calling sir?
Since they couldn't calm the customer down, they had no other option than to toss her out.
This is my anniversary now.
No, act like a lady.
I am acting like a lady, but she gonna sit there and call me. No, she gonna sit there and call me sir. Oh my God.
To start off this deal, Les and the customer had a little argument over the right procedure for authenticating diamond earrings. Rather than carry on wasting his time with the pointless conversation, Les decided to settle for business. And this one actually encounters the customer looking to pawn an item, claiming it's like an iPad. Now Ashley questions the uniqueness, and the customer insists that it's a new gig and demands $500 for it. Ashley is incredibly skeptical.
This is an iPad?
It's something like an iPad.
I'm just curious, how? How would you use this as an iPad?
It's something like an iPad.
Ashley challenges the customer's understanding, questioning how the item could be similar to an iPad. The customer struggles to explain, resorting to sound effects.
You don't know about electronics, so I need somebody else, sweetie.
Second of all, you're not going to talk.
Where's the manager at? Where's the mother?
It's me. So if you want...
Who's over you?
The customer, frustrated, demands to see the manager. Ashley reveals that she is the manager, leading to a heated exchange. The customer insists on $500, using forceful language, but Ashley stands firm, refusing to tolerate demands. As tensions rise, the customer becomes more aggressive, threatening and claiming that they won't leave without the desired amount. Now, Ashley remains steadfast, emphasizing that they're not welcome back. The situation escalates, setting the stage for a dramatic exit.
How you guys doing?
Good. Got some equipment here.
Yeah.
We need some money. We're going to out west. We killed all the deer in Michigan, so we got to go out for bigger and better stuff.
In this thrilling episode, Les and Seth face two grizzled sellers with Santa beards armed with ancient computers. Claiming that they hunted all the deer in Michigan, they demand $900 to head out west. Les, skeptical and slightly amused, offers a resounding zero, much to their disbelief.
I thought that they were kidding. The last time I saw one of these computers was in the 80s. To be honest, what I can offer you is around here, there's no way we're gonna be able to help this guy out.
The sellers persist, insisting on $800, but Les holds firm at zero, triggering their rage. Unfazed, Les declares their items as mere ancient artifacts. Now these guys storm out in disbelief, leaving Les to reflect on the Detroit rock scene, mentioning ZZ Top's enduring presence.
Have a good day.
So much. You too. You know, I couldn't. ZZ Top is still in Detroit.
And an unexpected twist, an irate man drops and breaks an item. Tempers flare and Les kicks him out, declaring, "Get your ass out of here." Now, their retort is drowned out by Les emphasizing that they're taking care of business. Detroit's toughness showcased in a humorous security job offer.
Care of business, baby. So, if you need security job, you come and see us. People in Detroit are tough. She showed them. You people!
Wrapping up the chaos, Les confidently asserts that was taking care of business, baby. Now he cheekily invites anyone needing security in Detroit to come their way. The scene ends with Les asserting Detroit's toughness, leaving us all entertained and maybe questioning our own security needs.
How you doing today?
Hey, man, I got a problem with this guy down there. He talking about he want to take these golf clubs because they spoiling. This is
Spoiling?
Yeah, man.
What does that mean?
I just seen somebody else bring some golf clubs.
These are Spalding, and we don't really necessarily take Spalding.
Les encounters a seller who's eager to pawn off his golf set. Now the seller insists that they're gold clothes, which Les corrects as Spalding, not spoiling. Les explains they don't usually take golf clubs, sparking confusion about the brand.
What did you want for them?
At least 150.
I can go $10.
$10 for all these clubs?
All of them.
Dad, let me see a manager, man.
Hello?
Let me see a manager.
That
don't make no sense.
I'm a manager.
You're not no manager, man.
This is Joe, the manager.
Who, him? You're not gonna give me no crackhead price. No.
The seller aims high at $150, but Les offers a mere $10. The seller demands to see the manager, mistaking another employee for one. He refuses Les's crackhead price offer, leading to escalating tension.
I can go $10.
$10?
$10, yeah.
You're not gonna play me like no crackhead.
Follow me.
Don't touch my golf club. You gonna give me my money until I get my money.
Amidst the chaos, the seller insists on a manager, accusing them of playing games. Now he's adamant about his $150 demand. Now Les stands firm, asserting it's time to leave without a deal.
All he want. I want my 150, I know that much.
Now it's time to leave. Get off the furniture.
Or what? Bruh, look at you and look at me.
Look at him and look at...
Give me my money. That I go.
The seller refuses to budge until he gets his $150. Threats fly and Les maintains his stance. The situation escalates as the seller refuses to leave empty-handed, disregarding warnings.
And look at the size of me, but you know what? At the end of the day, I ain't scared of nobody.
You walk behind me for, cuz?
He didn't know anything about golf clubs. What he did know is how to get thrown out of a pawn shop.
In the end, the seller's bluster achieves nothing. He exits the shop, defeated and empty-handed. Les reflects humorously on the seller's lack of golf knowledge, but knack for getting ejected from pawn shops. Another day, another bizarre encounter in the pawn world. Seth, the dealer, greets a man approaching with an earring emergency because his little red Corvette broke down. Classic. Seth, in awe, asks who he is, but the man's response? A mystery. Well, I guess it's time to cue the Prince theme music.
Now you're just, now it makes sense. Being a I am being a yeah, well, because you brought in a fake.
The truth hits hard like a guitar riff. It's an imitation earring. Seth throws some shade, calling it imitation Prince. The man's defense? Priceless. Seth's patience wanes as the man's excuses fall flat. Comedy? Pure gold.
Exactly.
Tolerate fake items, bids farewell with a sprinkle of Prince references. The man exits, but the drama's not over yet. Seth senses some mischief brewing. As the man leaves, Seth's parting words, a cheeky purple rain nod. Another day at the pawn shop, folks.
Now, if you can't help me, bitch, get someone else that can. Do I need to get loud?
What you do that for?
You punk ass hoes, bitch! Watch your punk ass hoes!
You playing my man?
Hey, where the electronics at, man?
Let's see what you
I ran
got.
out of gas in the damn parking lot. It doesn't matter how much it costs, man. I just need $150.
30.
I want my 150, please.
35.
I really don't need nobody. Just gonna be me. Let's go, bro.
Things get heated really quickly.
Hey, nah. This man, get off me. Think I'm playing with y'all?
There you go, a little bit push.
Y'all, I want y'all to help me out, man. Turn right.
I just...
In this lively scene, Ashley, a pawn shop dealer, encounters a customer seeking to pawn an item. With a comical twist, the customer explains her predicament, having lost all of her money at the casino and now seeking to pawn her car seat, albeit without its base. She hilariously demands assistance, unaware of the impossibility of the situation.
Too heavy to carry.
I need the base.
Ashley is unable to help her.
Have to have the base for it.
I know how a car seat goes.
Properly?
Can you get someone else? Where's the manager?
Me.
Do you have a supervisor?
Me. So I can't take it in pawn.
You Georgia peach looking mother. Now, if you can't help me, bitch, get someone else that can.
This customer constantly, persistently pleads for help, emphasizing her dilemma. Now, despite her persistence, Ashley can't comply due to the missing base. The customer's escalating frustration leads to demands for a manager or supervisor, but to no avail. Tensions begin to rise as the customer insults Ashley, resulting in security intervention.
To have the base for it.
I know how a car seat goes.
Properly?
Can you get someone else? Where's the manager?
Me.
Do you have a supervisor?
Me. So I can't take it in pawn.
You Georgia peach looking mother. Now, if you can't help me, bitch, get someone else that can. Need you to take my car seat. Give me my mother car seat. It's not going nowhere. Let me go! Oh! Yo!
I don't know if she's supposed to be using the car seat or her child.
Byron the guard intervenes, forcibly removing the unruly customer from the premises. Despite her protests, security ensures her departure. We then conclude with the customer's futile attempt to reclaim her car seat, emphasizing the absurdity of her actions.
I want my... I paid for my to get back, not nobody else. I don't want nobody. I want my... The problem is we still haven't found it. Let me be honest with you. We don't have it in the store right now. How is it not in the store? I don't have the faintest idea. Apparently he's not very happy with the gaming. Give him my money back. So let's come over here. Let's write him up. Come right over here and we'll take care of you.
The customer has had his item in pawn, but it's gone when he tries redeeming it.
Community. You ain't even trying to. The worst thing. What does the community have to do with you? Because I did something for you. Stop yelling at me. Stupid. Get your hands off. Get my. Don't be stupid. So what does that mean? It means what I said. You a man, I'm a man. Don't be stupid. You a man, you don't be stupid. I don't give a. No, he's just being an ass about it. Him. You.
When Les intervenes, things seem to settle down, but the customer gets way too comfortable.
Now, sir, calm down. I give you my word. Whatever I owe you, you're going to get. Here's what I can give you. He finally calmed down, and we struck a deal. This was one of those situations that should have never happened. The problem was, Seth's guys f***ed up.
He tells me I can run stuff, and then he doesn't give me the power to do it. Let me make the decisions. You have to trust me every once in a while.
Just when you think it can't get worse, it does, as the man goes for Les's throat.
Good.
What's up with this?
Give me 1 second, sir. To be honest, I don't think we're gonna take them, brother.
You say what? Go get somebody for me, dog. This made me act up.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
What's going on, cuz? 40? No?
Yeah, I'm not interested.
For real?
For real.
This on that bum.
Listen, don't be throwing the at me. You understand? You understand?
There's no shortage of entitled customers who come into the store, and this next one easily fits the bill.
I mean, what's up with that?
Nothing. You just called me a scene, so.
Y'all about to rush me or something?
Here's a guy yelling at the front.
What's up with that? On that bum.
Listen, don't be throwing the at me. You understand? You understand?
Trying to gang.
You understand that, dog?
Trying to gang up.
You understand that, dog? Don't ever throw. Take your hands off my mother.
With the customer starting a tantrum, Les finally speaks, and let's just say the others were nicer to the man-child than he was.
Yo, y'all ain't over here anyway. I smack the out your ass.
Don't even reach behind nowhere.
Reach what? Nigga, if I got it, got it.
Jonah, don't
got
get my stuff.
Where the is the loan at? Don't try to steer me down.
All right.
Well, and what you gonna do? This guy was threatening me that he's coming back. Does he think we don't have security cameras? Does he think we don't know what his license plate number is? It'll be his worst thing. If he even thinks about
Try to step up like they was some players. They ain't even really in my ball game. I'm in for real. I'm up.
This mother thought he was a badass. As you can see, I'm a badass.
Les not only kicks him out, but also ensures the man stays out. If it were up to him, they'd probably ship the man to another state.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I like your nail polish colors.
Thank you.
What do we got here? A laptop?
Laptop.
You type in your password? What brings you in today?
I just want to pound it in so I can get.
How do you forget when's the last time you used this?
About a month ago.
You forgot your password?
Yeah.
Try again.
I need at least 165. I mean, I can't do 125. 65 or not.
When a lady comes in with her laptop, she forgets her password and manners, but Ashley can only help her with one of those problems.
Okay, I know what, I ain't got time for it. It's like you don't like your job. You don't like your job, you shouldn't work here, sweetheart. I'm sorry, you really shouldn't.
I am respectful.
Learn how to talk, learn how to talk, learn how to talk.
Have a good day.
You were too silly.
So are
Don't
you.
touch my toes. Flat out.
You done?
I don't give a like I said, I don't care. I can take my business somewhere else.
The lady obviously doesn't like the sound of $150, and the negotiation goes downhill from there.
Lady, or are you a baby?
Excuse me, sweetheart.
Hi.
What the you looking at, bitch? What the you looking at? I'm talking to you, bitch. What you looking at?
You know what? Take this outside.
What the you looking at? What the bitch? You fat bitch. Fat ass bitch. You ain't with a fat ass bitch. Go walk somewhere, bitch. You talk like I said, I can take my business somewhere else. You don't know me, bitch.
Crazy.
That's not how I walk away. Bye. Bye.
What more can we do?
Since the lady won't stop talking, Ashley engages her, and it's like setting fire to dried sticks.
Good day, sir. Have a good day, my man. Yes, sir. Oh, mother.
Oh, man.
Who the you calling him? Really?
You the ugliest two sisters I've ever seen in my life.
Check out the wildest, most intense moments on Hardcore Pawn, where customers and staff bring the heat. And also get ready for some serious craziness at the pawn shop. Just another day at the pawn shop where we've got a mix of decent customers and, well, some pretty pathetic ones. Take this guy, for example. He may seem all laid back, but is he really?
What you got here? That's a watch my grandmother gave me.
Wow, this dude received a watch from his grandma, which is pretty sweet, right? But here's the thing. He's convinced it's solid gold and expects a fat stack of cash for it. Well, let's hook him up with the amount he's hoping for. Let's find out.
500. The problem is the metal on it is just stainless steel.
Well, the metal on it is just stainless steel, so that's disappointing. But how will this guy take it?
Yeah, you see this discoloration on the side? No. You don't see the rose?
Whoa, hold up. This dude just flat out rejected it without even taking a peek. Talk about a major red flag, am I right? Let's then explain.
In between the links were gold plated. The gold plating had rubbed off. The watch had no value.
And then this guy's like, can I get someone else to check it out then? Because Les shut down his hopes of getting any cash. Whoa, okay, Mr. Expert. This dude is seriously not happy about it.
Value. It does have value. How about your chain? You want to pawn me your chain?
Anyway, being the sweetheart that he is, Les brings in another dude for a second opinion, just to be fair. But what happens next is totally mind-blowing and straight up disrespectful. Brace yourself for this one. It's gonna shock you.
Does this bozo know what he's doing? Well, I wouldn't really call him names.
Seriously, this dude needs to chill and get a grip. I mean, who does he even think he is? Anyway, from that point on, things started spiraling down, and honestly, it's for all the right reasons.
500. Nothing. Stop being a bitch.
Now, Les ain't about to tolerate any disrespect, and nobody should. And this jerk is about to experience a dose of his own medicine. And let me tell you, it's not a pretty sight. Check out what Les has in store for him.
Give me my mother, man. Come over here and pick this bitch.
Oh man, this dude is about to get serious flipping off. I kid you not. You know what goes down with idiots like him? They're in for a rude awakening.
Yo, you get him here.
Let's go, my man. Have a good day, sir.
Gotta admit, that was seriously hilarious. What did Les have to lose? Nothing at all. But this guy, oh yeah, he got exactly what he deserved. The man just couldn't stop with the curses.
Yes, sir. Let yourself out. Let yourself out.
Oh, you think this was intense? Well, hold on tight, because you haven't seen anything yet. So this dude walks in, right, and he brings in some equipment, no beating around the bush, and straight up expects a cool $100 for it. Can you believe that?
Like, I'm trying to get at least 100 for it. 100,000? Yeah. I won't even be able to sell it for.
Well, the guy just flat out tells him that there's no way he can cough up $100. So the customer's disappointed, but hey, at least he's keeping his cool, right?
So how much can you give me, man? 20 bucks?
Well, we're clueless about what this dude's gonna pull off next. But hold up. Seth comes swooping in to handle the situation like a boss. Let's see how he tackles it.
Sitting on the back? Do you know what it is?
It don't matter how many you sitting on in the back.
Because then I can't.
Well, things are seriously heating up, and it's turning into a real mess. Seth tries to talk some sense into the guy, but he's just not cooperating. And instead, he's shouting like there's no tomorrow.
Dollars for this.
You paid $200 for that, I overheard?
Yeah, I mean,
really, you paid $200.
So Seth breaks it down for him, saying it's not even worth $100. But this dude is now causing a scene, making a big fuss that's grabbing everyone's attention, to be honest.
I'm trying to get money for it. I've been waiting in this line for an hour. I need more than
This guy seriously needs to calm down. He's dropping way too many curse words. And honestly, it's gonna be his one-way ticket out of the shop. That's when Les steps in to take charge. Let's see how that plays out.
You gonna do old man?
Who you calling old mother?
Old man?
No way, he actually said that? Like seriously, what the heck? This guy just keeps digging his own grave, making the situation even worse for himself. Brace yourself, because what he does next is gonna leave you absolutely stunned.
Oh, no. Really, mother? I got this. I got it.
You want to give me more than 20?
Oh my god, seriously? Can you believe it? This dude actually tried to mess with Les and thought he could get away with it without being kicked out. That's some messed up behavior right there. Like, what on earth was he even thinking?
Wait for an hour.
Really? Me? You.
Well, he totally got what he deserved. But guess what? That's not even the end of it. Brace yourself for this next one. So, this lady strolls into the store wanting to treat herself to a fancy watch. She's all sweet and ready to drop some cash. What could possibly go haywire, right?
This will be good.
Okay.
This one.
This is really pretty.
Now, this lady is seriously contemplating whether she should go for it or not. So, what's your take on it, guys? You think she'll end up taking it or not?
That's really pretty.
It's really pretty.
Good on you. It was 100.
100. Okay.
She went for it. Well, everything's going pretty darn smooth so far. I don't want to jinx it, though, so let's just wait and see what unfolds next.
Here. No.
What is this?
It's a $100 gift card.
$100 gift card?
Hold up. Is that for real? She whips out a gift card with all this confidence, and hey, is that some kind of new payment method now? Ashley looks totally baffled by this turn of events.
Not a gift cards.
What would you call it? It
These
says
are
preferred customer.
Right.
Man, this lady is already super worked up the moment Ashley spills the beans that it's not a gift card. And she goes on to explain the situation. talk about major agitation right off the bat.
It allows you discounts on the sales floor. You can't swipe this card and apply.
This lady is seriously caught off guard and maybe just can't handle the fact that it's not a gift card. And well, she's getting a bit too aggressive, folks. You know, the kind that usually gets shown the door and tossed out of the shop.
Turn around and swipe it, okay?
There's no swiper on this.
So you telling me I'm losing?
I gotta say, this lady is giving me some major secondhand embarrassment. I mean, it's crystal clear that the card cannot be swiped. Like, come on, that's basic common sense. But no, this woman just kept on making a complete fool out of herself.
I don't understand up in here, okay?
I'm not about to lose, hold on one second, let me explain this to her.
Man, the way this woman is yelling, it won't be long before she gets the boot from the pawn shop. This customer is completely unreasonable, dude. But hey, props to Ashley for still trying to explain things calmly and patiently.
But where do you see a swipe thing on this? Do you see a
Someone needs to rein in this woman because the way she's throwing a fit over a gift card is seriously ridiculous. I mean, does she not even realize how foolish she looks? Just look at her, still going on and making an absolute spectacle of herself.
Somebody want to buy a preferred gift card?
There's not $100 on it. There's not.
Man, people can really lose it sometimes. It's wild. And last but not least, we get this other dude who goes absolutely bonkers. But here's the kicker. It's not about something he wants to buy or pawn. Now, you might be wondering, what on earth set him off then? Well, keep watching to find out.
Hey, how you doing? I'm here to buy an engagement ring.
No kidding, this guy is actually here to buy an engagement ring. Whoa. That's some exciting news, isn't it? Les coolly presents a selection of engagement rings, and you'd think everything would go smoothly, right? Well, except for the blaring car horns outside, because of course, nothing can be too easy. Oh, damn, so that's the reason for all the honking? There's a massive truck just sitting smack in the middle of the parking lot. Now, take a wild guess. Whose truck do you think that might be? Come on, give it a shot. It's not rocket science.
Semi-truck.
And then it's white gold.
That's me.
Sir, can you...
Ding, ding, ding. It's none other than this guy. So Les politely requests him to move his truck from there. And what do you think his response was?
Find your place to park?
Oh man, come on now. I'm in a hurry. I can't be moving my truck in this.
Yikes, did he seriously say that? I mean, how do some people not have basic common sense? Did he genuinely think he was doing the right thing? Les is clearly not putting up with it, and you could totally see that.
You don't have an option. You have to move your truck. I'll be more than happy to show
you. Can you believe this guy had the nerve to straight up say no? Well, let me tell you, things are about to take a turn for the worse for him. But just when he thought he couldn't dig himself any deeper, he goes ahead and proves you wrong.
Why are you so rude?
I'm not moving the damn truck.
Byron, take over.
Well, obviously he's about to get kicked out, and trust me, you gotta watch this. It's absolutely hilarious.
Move the truck. Come on, man. That's wrong, bro. Next time, parking on the freeway.
This dude should be totally embarrassed about his behavior. And oh boy, he didn't stop there. He just kept on going. And the last straw was this.
Move your truck!
Silver Surfer. Oh, guess what? We've got a bona fide comic enthusiast here. Big surprise. Like, who isn't, right? Well, this guy's taking his passion to a whole new level. Feast your eyes on what he brings in.
That's the Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfer.
Life size.
Tell me about it.
Well, this was a display for the Fantastic Four Rise of the Surfer movie. They made 1,500 of these, and plywood board. It is wrapped in a vac metal plastic wrap.
Oh, what a shocker. It's a collector's item. But hold up emotions, people, because it's got a price tag. I'm not sure if the experts are going to agree.
Well, online, these things go for $3,000. Actually, Silver Surfer was voted in the top 50 recognizable comic book heroes in America. I mean, I really went $2,000 for it.
I am willing to buy this from you for $500.
Hey, genius. If you're after that dream price, maybe hit up a comic store. Selling your treasure trove at a pawn shop? Yeah, real brainiac move here, buddy.
900 bucks. That's it. Think I'm gonna have to walk. All right, well, it was a pleasure. We're gonna go surfing on home. See you later.
Custom-made electric chair. Folks, take a puff. We've witnessed all sorts of weirdness at the pawn shop, but this fella's cranked it up a notch. Check out his wild sell list.
So tell us a little bit about them.
We have Halloween retail stores. This is a custom-made electric chair. There's a whole show if you guys want to see it.
Sure, go ahead, show us.
Hell yeah!
I'm really into this kind of thing. This might be the new feature at my house on Halloween.
Oh, just what we all need, a bedside toy that screams Halloween 24/7. No biggie, except it's art, not like living in a slasher fic or anything.
So we're looking to get about $8,000. Brand new, they're just above 9.
And that makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Buy a used one that's 6 years old.
Well, the cool thing about this one is that they don't make them like this anymore.
You're right, they don't. The new ones are digital.
Well, guys, Mr. Ambitious over here is dead set on this mystery item. Heaven knows what his grand plan is, but Les has a style for a bargain.
Thank you very much for bringing
Thank
it
you.
in. We appreciate it.
Damn it. I'm a little disappointed that I gotta schlep it back home, but with Michigan being, like the #1 state for haunted houses and attractions and things like that.
Elephant skull haggle. Oh, guess what? No fancy sofa, no blingy ring, and no one-of-a-kind carta pedal? No worries. How about you trade an elephant skull for some greens? Because that's normal, right?
The skull of an elephant.
Really?
Very unusual.
It's very unusual.
My best friend had it, passed away, and I inherited this one. It's where the tusks were.
I understand that. It came from Africa?
Yeah, right.
Well, I
So-
can promise you nobody has ever brought in an elephant skull, ever. That I can
Little
tell you.
unique.
Ever wondered where one finds a thing like that? Well, surprise, surprise, there's a thriving market for massive elephant skulls. Yeah, you heard it right. Skull heads.
1,000. That's as low as I'm gonna go.
Let me talk to my elephant expert.
Africans are buying now for $2,300 and the Asians are $1,900.
The good part was, it's worth the money. There is a demand for elephant skulls, but I'll be damned if I'm giving it away.
Okay, peeps. When Les locks onto something, prepare for a solar eclipse, because he's not releasing his grip. Anyway, there's a plot twist in this pawn shop drama.
I got $700 $100 bills waiting for you.
$750.
$700. And if you think it's worth $50 for you to schlep it home,
It isn't.
Schlep it.
It isn't.
Schlep it.
I'll give it to you for $7.
You got a deal. Thank you very much.
Thank
Come
you.
right over
Thank
here.
you.
We'll
Thank
take
you.
care
All
of
right.
it. All right.
Yeah.
Mark, thank you.
Bone rattler. Okay, people, the granddaddy of speed in the house. Ready to snatch up a drag racing car from the pawn shop? Who knew shuffleboard was just a warm-up?
This guy is an expert. He knows all about drag racers. So does Jeff. Jeff is my jeweler, but he's much more knowledgeable with engines than I am. The guy that sold it to me said it cost him $85,000 to put it together.
Probably clipping along at about 250 miles an hour.
Fire this puppy up.
I don't know how to start it.
Gather around, youngsters. We got a drag racing sage here, boasting a mere 30 years under his belt. So the wisdom dump is here, as he schools the pawn shop owner.
You know how to start him?
Sure.
I knew you did. How long have you been racing dragsters?
For about 30 years.
Oh.
You ready for this?
I'm ready when you are.
All right, Mr. Been There, Done That. Let's see if your drag racing tales can seal this deal or take a nosedive. Now, coming straight to the negotiation.
20 grand.
7,500.
I don't think so. If you give me the money today, 15,000. I'll throw the skeletons in for free. We have a deal for 15,000?
I guess so.
Thank you very much.
Have a good
Enjoy
day.
your new car.
Mechanical bull. Ah, the good old days of Wild West bull riding and rugged cowboys. Some dude missed the memo that it's not exactly the trendiest scene nowadays. Time to catch up, y'all.
Going for a ride in my parking lot, or what are we doing?
Let's have a little fun, girl.
We're trying to sell our mechanical bull. Why do you have it? A Western-themed restaurant bar before, and that was the theme. We put the bull into the bar.
Well, slap on those cowboy hats. We got ourselves a scene here. But seriously, who's taking bets on whether they can wrangle a decent price for that rodeo-style bull riding?
Let's say you were to buy these brand new. How much do they cost?
They cost around $15,000 to $20,000.
How much do you want?
$15,000.
So if I was to buy this brand new or buy this used from you, it's the same price.
Rental companies rent these out for $750 a day. There's a lot of revenue potential.
Ah! Man, sad to see these alpha men taking back their bull home. But folks, hold on to your hats. Maybe Ashley has something else in her mind.
3,000 right now.
45.
31.
39, you pack it up. That's my bottom dollar.
34.
I can't do it.
Sorry, good luck.
Dr. Death's van. Step right up, viewers. You've heard of Dr. Death, but today's highlight is the van that spotlights as the ride for assisted suicides. Because nothing says vacation like a one-way ticket, right?
This is a 1968 Volkswagen van owned by Dr. Death, Jack Kevorkian.
by Dr. Death.
This is the actual van that he did his first and several other assisted suicides in.
Jack Kevorkian was an iconic figure in the city of Detroit.
We're not aiming for a Valley of Chrome farewell tour this time. Mr. Big Bucks here wants a 6-figure sum. Brace yourselves, because Les has his few concerns all queued up.
It is a piece of history.
I like buying weird.
You won't find another one.
The problem is, it doesn't make sense to spend 6 figures on something like this for me.
Well, you either love it or hate it.
But I love it. This is definitely a piece of Detroit.
A van oozing that delightful combo of creepiness and death vibes. So legit. However, why not throw in another expert opinion? Let's see how that went.
So 10,000 ain't gonna buy it.
No, I'm in the 6-figure range.
20 grand?
No.
25 grand. 30 grand.
50 grand?
30.
One time. 50.
30 cash right now.
Bizarre bikini. Check out this granny of the century who strolls into the pawn shop with an elderly figure that has a lot to do with, I don't know. You have a look and maybe you decide.
Which is the doll?
I heard that. I'm undressing her.
What can I say? A really nasty looking woman, but a very cool item.
Yep, that's about accurate. You just saw a long-legged granny in a bikini. All the efforts are done in the name of art. However, our granny here invested in this model.
How much did you want for this thing?
I'd like to get $500 for it. This thing is art.
It's a very cool item, but not for that price. She's really cute. I mean, she's really fun to look at, but it's not going to be even close to 500 bucks.
Never mind, that was gonna be a deal breaker. Unless Les had some more quotes to add to the art piece, this stirs things up for the selling mix.
Here this woman was playing my game, and I was losing.
200.
190. I'll take it.
Will he stop?
Okay, schlep it home.
You know, I heard my dad saying it wasn't worth the extra $10. Bull.
She wants 200.
Latex vacuum bed. Look who's spicing up the pawn shop scene. This dynamic duo's got a latex vacuum fetish bed up for grabs. You know, just your average afternoon errand.
Latex vacuum bed.
A what?
A latex vacuum bed.
So you have sex with latex?
Pretty much.
It's like the autoerotic asphyxiation is what
Pretty
it is,
much,
right?
yeah.
Bobby J surprisingly knew exactly what this thing was.
All right, I was wondering, who needs candlelit dinners when you can have vacuum-sealed intimacy? I'm not here to judge. However, here's a quick demonstration.
So normally when Felix has his hand over his mouth, normally what they like.
I actually used it.
Are you breathing? Here we go.
Not gonna work. It's working.
Everyone's a critic when it comes to, what's the word? Innovative sleeping arrangements. Yeah, there we go. And we aren't sure if that ever went up for the big sale.
Used it.
So how could you not want to do this with him?
Because I don't want to suffocate.
It's not for everybody. I'm familiar with the bed. Very much so.
Just imagine having sex and he don't have to hold you.
Perfect. Well, now we got that out of the way.
Just a normal fine day when this guy walks into the pawn shop to sell Les Paul's document collection, including an incredibly unique and world's one-of-a-kind Les Paul SG guitar that belonged to his Aunt Mary. And guess what? She wasn't just some guitar lover or a casual Les Paul fan. So the seller is hoping to get $250,000 for this collection. The big question is it really worth that much? And is it still in good enough condition to fetch a high price? Let's find out. Rick Harrison calls for Drew, the expert from Authentic Autographs Unlimited, who specializes in forensic document examination. He then carefully examines the signature on the guitar and remarks that Les Paul had a unique and straightforward signature style. Interestingly, Drew notes that he never included his last name when signing off. And can you believe it was his first time dropping that much dough on a guitar? Insane, right? But someone in the comments section went all out and said that those papers would fetch a whopping $190,000 if Joe Bonamassa got his hands on them. Another user totally agreed with him and even said that if this guitar showed up in the right magazine, some millionaire rock star would easily drop at least $200,000 for it. But here's the main part. Did the pawn shop actually make any profit? Hell yeah, they did. Once the show aired, they wasted no time and threw that bad boy up on eBay. And guess what? They scored a whopping $110,000 for it. They ended up making a cool $20,000 profit, guys. Now that's what I call a successful hustle. Next up, we have a customer who came in trying to sell a sword that was supposedly forged by the famous Yasutsugu family, known for making weapons for badass samurais back in the day. But here's the twist. The seller looked familiar to Corey. It turned out that he had been there before to sell a trophy. You'll be thinking what kind of trophy it must be. Maybe some ancient artifact or something, right? But no, it was actually a Grammy Award. Yes, all in excitement, Rick bought it. But later he found out that it was not allowed to be sold. Oops, I can see a great loss there. Because of that now, they had to be extra careful before dealing with this sword. They weren't sure if it was a legit samurai sword or just some ninja knockoff. The seller is a lawyer and claimed he had received the sword as payment for his legal work. Pretty cool, huh? Some users are even cracking jokes about why the guy was so willing to sell such a masterpiece. One such comment was he must have been scared of his wife's anger, whose eyes are always fixated on that sword. And if she ever gets her hands on it, she's ready to knock him off. Talk about a dangerous situation. Another user said he got robbed? Well, we have to wait to see the actual plot. Taking the lawyer's word for it, Corey decided to take the risk, and then he went ahead with the purchase, even without having an expert to check its authenticity. I mean, let's be real, that was pretty foolish, right? I mean, who was going to check if the thing was actually legit or not? So they asked the seller how much he wanted for it, and he said $5,000. The buyers were skeptical about its condition and started throwing offers as low as $800. That's a crazy drop. But the seller fought back, saying every bit of that sword is worth the full $5,000.
If you're gonna hold my feet to the fire and make me pay as much as I can, it's gonna be $1,500. I'll come down to $2,000. I've got 5 of them right there.
The shop wasn't ready to pay that much without knowing more about it, so Corey went up to $1,200. He was trying to get the best deal he could, but the seller didn't budge. They went back and forth until finally the seller settled for Corey's offer of $1,500 just to get Rick off his back for that Grammy thing. After buying the sword, Corey was not at peace and was restlessly waiting for the expert who was out of town during the appraisal. Finally, he got to meet up with Mike Yamasaki, the expert, and Corey explained how he took a shot in the dark and bought the sword without knowing if it's actually worth the money. So, after taking a small glimpse at it, Mike recognized it as a samurai sword and told Corey the history of the sword. He stated that after World War II, around 3 million Japanese swords were taken out of Japan by the occupying forces. In those days, the Japanese warriors, also known as samurai, were skilled professional fighters, and the samurai sword was like their badge of honor. If you didn't have one, no way you could call yourself a samurai, man. Then Mike decided to inspect the sword and took a closer look at it.
This is the proper way to take apart a Japanese sword. They've been doing this style for centuries.
Well, after the inspection was done, the expert discovered that the sword belonged to a super important samurai with ties to Japan's imperial family, probably from the 5th generation. Now, here was the interesting part. The Yasutsugu family only worked for high-level samurai, and their signature mark, like a logo, was detailed on the handle. It's the family crest of the Tokugawa family, who ruled Japan for a couple of centuries. And if anyone tried using it without permission, they'd end up losing their heads, along with their whole damn family. Scary, right? Well, it seemed that the sword had some serious historical value. Now, the big question is, how much is it worth in today's time? After considering the condition, the expert estimated that it can be restored for around $3,000. But here's the exciting part. After the restoration and blade sharpening, Corey could potentially sell it for a whopping $15,000. That's a tenfold increase from what he paid for it initially. So there you have it. Corey took a risk, bought the sword without knowing its true value, and it turned out to be a jackpot. But that was indeed a risky game. But does it always turn out to be luck, or sometimes they just lose everything? Well, we'll see this in the next episode, where a customer from Season 16 walks into the pawn shop, hoping that the shop will take his 1700s Flintlock pistol off his hands. This thing is ancient, and looks fascinating for being so damn old. But the funny part, the gun looked puke-colored.
Did you do the amazing restoration on it?
I did not.
Well, let's talk about the history of this gun. Now, the invention of the Flintlock pistol back in 1615 was a total game-changer in warfare. But here's the thing. Hector, the seller, had no idea about the pistol's origin. It was passed down to him by his father, and he's looking to score $500 for it. But Rick has some concerns. It's pretty darn obvious that this thing has been messed with. So he decided to call in his arms expert, who knows his stuff when it comes to guns. Finally, the expert Alex Kramer arrived. He's the CEO of International Military Antiques. He takes one look at the pistol and straight up calls it ugly. Ouch! Apparently, some shoddy paint job messed up the gun, and it can't even be opened properly. But hey, on the bright side, the details and engravings on the pistol are top-notch. They got this fancy style called grotesque, with all these weird-looking human and animal shapes. And the markings underneath are high quality too. Too bad the paint on the lock is so thick that they can't even see the gun maker's name. That would have helped figure out when and where it was made. Now Rick's super curious if this thing is actually worth anything. The expert takes a quick look and comes up with an estimate.
I think it would be about $1,000. Once we restore it, if I can get it functional, I think it's at least $3,000.
With that estimated value in mind, Rick decides to make an offer.
So, I will give you $150 and relieve you of your problem.
Would you do $250?
Damn, just $150? Even though Alex said it was worth $5,000. Rick always pulls out the excuse that it's hard to sell, and there aren't many buyers out there. After a short negotiation, the seller settles for a mere $200. I know, unbelievable and kinda unacceptable. But since the gun isn't in great working condition, I guess it was the best they could do. Rick decided to take a chance and handed the gun over for restoration. Will it hit the jackpot or lose his $200? Let's see. After a successful restoration job, Rick receives some surprising news about the gun's value. It has brought back all the original details and made it look absolutely gorgeous. And guess what? It turned out even better than expected.
With all of the engraving on the brass, that grotesque mask came out really well.
It did come out amazing.
But Alex hasn't tested it yet because he wanted Rick to witness its sight. And the best part? If this baby shoots, Rick might get a whopping $5,000. Damn. Well, let's watch if it works.
I got my headphones on, so I can't hear you.
Yeah! Oh, it worked perfect!
So after successfully restoring the item and getting it in working condition, Rick could be making $5,000 on an item he bought for just $200. That's a crazy profit of $4,800. Absolutely hard to believe, right? Someone even commented that Rick straight up robbed Hector in broad daylight. Users are not holding back with their savage opinions. Well, keeping everything aside, this was indeed one of the craziest profits earned at Pawn Star Shop. Moving on. In this episode, Rick bought what he thought was a fancy Polish medal from a regular customer for a whopping $6,000. He had no... Pretty neat, huh? Well, neat in the sense of 800 years of Poland's struggles, constantly being conquered, reconquered, and fighting for their freedom throughout their entire history. Users also shared how this whole episode reminded them of their beloved history classes back in their school days. It brought back memories of learning about the triumphs, tragedies, dramas, and even the occasional humor that filled those lessons. With the background story out of the way, Rick finally gets down to the burning question. Rick takes a closer look at the medal and starts talking about how it was probably made in St. Petersburg by a company called the House of Bolin. And guess what? They were like the main competitors to Fabergé. So we're talking about a medal of Fabergé quality here. Crazy enough to give Rick some hope, but Craig kept going on and on about how gorgeous the medal is, making Rick all anxious and begging him to stop teasing and spill the beans about its worth. And finally, he does. Aren't you curious just like me? 30. Damn, the medal is valued at around $30,000 to $40,000? That's awesome. And it definitely brought a big wide smile on Rick's face. But hold up. Sadly, Craig has some serious concerning news for him. Apparently, the market for this specific medal is pretty thin, meaning there's not much chance for Rick to sell it easily. Talk about a check he can't cash. But hey, Craig's always got a solution up his sleeve. So he got in contact with a guy in Germany who has a box for this medal. Has the ribbon for it, and even the breast star. It's all part of a set, you see, but there's a big hole in the guy's box, specifically for the neck order. And Craig just knew that he finally found a potential buyer for the medal, someone who needs to complete their set. Now both the parties are ready to strike a deal. Craig gotta love those perks. One person made a comment praising the honesty of Craig, noting how he offered a price range for the medal that matched its actual value of $30,000 to $40,000. despite knowing that Rick had only paid $6,000 for it. Craig could have easily offered a lower price, like $12,000, and made a huge profit. But instead, he respected Rick and still managed to make some money while being fair. This man named Randy walked into the store with a huge-ass vending machine. He believes that his machine is from the 1940s.
Candy?
Yes, sir.
You know who loves candy, right? This guy.
Well, chum, we know your love for candies, but is this deal as sweet as them? This machine sure has Chum's heart, but Randy doesn't even know if it works, and neither does he have the keys to it. Well, let us look into what Chum thinks about it and whether he thinks it would be worth the cost.
Just taking a look at it, I mean, it looks pretty rough shape. There is a lot of rust on it.
It sure needs a good restoration, but Randy wants $1,000 for it. Man, it already needs so much work to be done. I personally don't think it's worth investing so much, but who am I to suggest? Oh, how the chum had been schooled by experience. A lesson etched deep into the fibers of his being. Scarred by past misjudgments and Rick's scoldings, he now approached each decision with newfound caution. But hold on to your seats, for the words that spilled from the expert's lips were nothing short of astonishing. Get ready to be astonished, for the expert's revelation is nothing short of extraordinary.
Whoa.
Oh boy.
Right? The guts are missing. So what this needs...
Man, it is empty inside. All the mechanisms are missing. The expert saved Chum's ass today on this one. The expert adds that in this condition, the machine is max $300. Whoa, that was a low blow for Randy, it seems. He cannot believe the price dropped from $1,000 to just $300.
Up and running and painted, obviously.
$4,500.
$4,500. Okay.
Well, this machine is asking too much. Chum noticed it and got the bargain straight from $1,000 to $75, and they just shook hands on $100. But a deal is a deal. Let's see how Chum restored it and made it a good sales machine for his own bars.
Whoa! Holy chum bar!
Check it out, right?
That is freaking awesome.
Whoa, the machine is brand new again. No one can even imagine how it was before. And I know you're thinking no one got furious here. But hey, the video doesn't end here. You see, Rick was not so happy about the sweet gift lying in the garage.
Why are your candy bars in it?
That's the gift it keeps on giving, Rick. That thing, you can sell it for $6,500 today, dollars off it every day for the rest of its life.
Rick's fury reaches its boiling point as he directs his anger toward Chum. With intense frustration in his voice, he makes it clear that he's had enough. In a sharp and cutting tone, Rick declares that if anyone wants to get their hands on Chum's chocolate bar, they can simply take a stroll across the parking lot and purchase it directly from the store. No more concessions or accommodations. The message is clear. Rick has drawn a line in the sand, leaving Chum to face the consequences of his actions. It's a harsh ultimatum that hangs heavily in the air, leaving Chum to contemplate the future of their strained relationship. Will Chum take the opportunity to make amends, or will the rift between them widen further? Only time will tell how this explosive situation will unfold. Ah, the timeless dance of irritation between Chum and Rick, an intricate routine that never fails to provoke a symphony of exasperation. As a well-worn melody played on a perpetual loop, Chum's knack for pushing Rick's buttons has become a legendary saga of vexation and amusement. With each encounter, their interactions tread the line between exasperated sighs and affectionate eye rolls, a delicate balance that keeps the audience captivated. The sparks of frustration fly freely, igniting a wild dynamic that has become an integral part of the show's charm. Did you know that Chum's not just passionate about candies, he is passionate about diving as well? You can't even imagine what he buys next.
Give you that.
As if the mounting list of Chum's blunders wasn't already enough to incite Rick's fury, an air of suspense fills the room as Chum finds himself teetering on the precipice of yet another foolish choice. The weight of anticipation hangs heavy, like a dark cloud looming overhead. In the midst of this suspenseful moment, Rick's anger simmers beneath the surface, ready to erupt like a volcano. The stakes are high, and the consequences of Chum's potential misstep could be dire. Prepare to have your mind blown. Have you ever heard of a street-legal pirate ship? No worries if you haven't, because it was a revelation for me too. Picture this. A captivating vessel that sails through the streets instead of the high seas. This audacious individual is actually selling a pirate ship that doesn't navigate water, but instead driven around during parades and events. The sheer novelty of this concept is enough to make your jaw drop. Can you imagine the spectacle of a fully decked out pirate ship roaming the streets, spreading swashbuckling cheer and captivating onlookers? It's an unconventional twist on the nautical adventure, where imagination takes flight on wheels instead of waves. A fascinating change that challenges traditional boundaries and sparks the imaginations of all who encounter it.
For a ship, you can actually drive 60 miles an hour on the highway. This is awesome.
In a moment of anticipation, Chum captures a picture of the pirate ship and eagerly sends it to Rick, seeking his seal of approval. It's no secret that Chumley's heart is set on acquiring this extraordinary vessel. However, Rick's response reveals a familiar pattern. He doesn't always share Chum's level of enthusiasm. Despite Chumley's unwavering excitement, Rick's support wavers, casting a shadow of doubt over Chum's aspirations. Nevertheless, amidst the uncertainty, Chumley embarks on an unforgettable adventure on the ship, immersing himself in a world of whimsy and joy. The pirate ship becomes a catalyst for moments of pure bliss as Chumley discovers a sense of freedom and exhilaration that he has never experienced before. It's a testament to the power of chasing dreams, even in the face of skepticism. Join Chumley as he embraces the sheer thrill of sailing on that ship, creating memories that will last a lifetime.
If I can make a deal, Rick will think I'm the man.
As the wind tousled Chumley's hair and the weather played its part, a symphony of elements converged to enhance his adoration for the float even further. Each gust of wind whispered its approval as if urging him to embrace the exhilaration that danced in the air. The perfect weather conditions seemed to align, creating an enchanting atmosphere that heightened his connection with the pirate ship. With every passing moment, Chumley's affection for the vessel grew as if it were infused with magical essence. In the midst of it all, Chumley savored the joy and freedom that enveloped him, cherishing the sensation of pure bliss as he sailed through the streets on the ship that had captured his heart. As Chumley eagerly awaits Rick's response, hoping for validation and support, his heart sinks when he reads the crushing words that appear on his screen. Rick's text delivers a blow that pierces Chumley's enthusiasm, leaving his spirit wounded and his dreams deflated. The message, like a dagger to the heart, shatters the joy and optimism Chumley had been clinging to. The heartbreaking reality sets in as he realizes that Rick's words don't align with his own deep-rooted passion for the pirate ship. It's a moment of profound disappointment as Chumley grapples with the stark contrast between his own excitement and Rick's lack of endorsement. Emotions swirl within him, hurt, confusion, and a tinge of resentment.
I'm sure he's not going to buy it. He doesn't have any money on him.
But he's an idiot.
Amidst the tangled web of desires and concerns, Corey possesses a keen understanding of Chumley's nature. He recognizes that once the request to abstain is made, Chumley is unlikely to proceed with the purchase. In this aspect, Rick's fears find resonance in Corey's assessment. The rational part of their minds acknowledges the validity of Rick's concerns. Even if Chumley were to succumb to impulsive desires and make a foolish decision, the stark truth remains. The price of the pirate ship far surpasses his financial means. It looms above his allowance like an insurmountable hurdle, a barrier that cannot be breached without dire consequences. The clash between longing and practicality creates a dilemma that Chumley must confront head-on. Will he heed the warnings and let go of the unattainable dream? Or will he risk it all in pursuit of his heart's desire? The outcome hangs precariously in the balance as Chumley grapples with the weight of responsibility and the allure of the forbidden. The owner wanted $250,000 for it. Man, that is a little too much. The last bargain he could agree on was $190,000, man. That is still so much money. Chumley was so sure that Rick would want to get it, until he checks his phone.
Do not buy the float. That was Rick, my boss.
The man had been driving Chumley around all of the efforts in explaining it. And all for what, man? Just to get rejected on a text message?
Whatever. Oh, sorry, man.
Man, I really feel so bad for Chumley. Everyone gives an attitude to my boy here, and he just takes it all. Well, enough of Chumley. Sometimes even Rick makes a mistake, and the great Harrison is not at all happy about this one. A captivating scene unfolds as Bill strides into the store, his presence immediately catching the attention of the Pawn Stars crew. In his possession, he carries a Wells Fargo strongbox, an intriguing artifact that exudes a sense of mystery and historical significance. As if that weren't enough, he adds to the spectacle by unveiling antique balls and chains, further piquing the curiosity of everyone present. Bill, confident in his offering, sets the price at a hefty $2,000. A sum that raises eyebrows and sets the stage for a fascinating negotiation.
We got a Wells Fargo strongbox and some antique ball and chain.
Okay, you do have a...
The anticipation builds as the Pawn Stars team contemplates the value and potential of this unique collection. Will they be able to strike a favorable deal that satisfies both Bill's expectations and their own interests? With his vast knowledge and years of experience, Rick's expertise comes to the forefront as he steps into the bargaining arena. Determined to navigate the deal without relying on external advice, confident in his abilities, he draws upon his extensive understanding of historical artifacts and market trends to assess the true value of Bill's offering. Rick's sharp mind is like a well-honed tool, dissecting the details and uncovering the hidden gems within the collection. As the negotiation unfolds, his eloquence and persuasive arguments come alive, revealing a masterful display of wit and intellect. Rick's knowledge becomes a formidable weapon, allowing him to strike a delicate balance between fair pricing and maximizing the potential of the transaction. It's a testament to his experience and a showcase of his ability to thrive in the world of bargaining, showcasing the power of a sharp mind in the pursuit of a favorable deal.
Electrically welded. See how these have arcs from an arc welder?
Sure, okay.
Okay, and my other big concern?
As Rick utters the phrase "other concern," a flicker of suspicion dances in his eyes, indicating that there may be more at play than just the handcuffs. His discerning gaze scrutinizes the items within the Wells Fargo strongbox, sensing something amiss. What could it be? A forged antique? A replica masquerading as a genuine artifact? The anticipation mounts, and the negotiation takes an unexpected turn as Rick dives deeper into his investigation. Determined to unveil the secrets concealed within the box, Rick further adds that the box might actually be real, but the stuff in it is absolutely not, so that made him a little concerned about it, to which the man explains that the stuff was not in the box. He just kept it all in there.
You always see a Wells Fargo strongbox in an old Hollywood Western, so this will definitely get a lot of interest from collectors.
The bargain started at $1,200, but hey, we know Rick. He is damn good at bargains. He finally sealed the deal at $450. But obviously, we need a piece of expert advice over here. Mark, the man with all his knowledge and his beard, is called back to the store.
Have you already bought this?
That sounds bad.
Mark further tells Rick the bad news. It was a complete fake.
Damn it, Rick.
Looks like Harrisons get pissed off on this show. But hey, another day, another lesson to be learned, right? Kicking off with this episode, which is sure to give you quite a jolt.
Hey, how's it going?
The episode just starts with a casual conversation between Rick and an old man. But look what he's got. Yes, my friends, you just laid eyes on an 1884 Colt that was used in the Wyoming Range War, also known as the Johnson County War.
Goes with it.
There's nothing like a good book after a good shooting.
That's what I always say.
And not to forget the book that comes with it. I mean, you gotta keep the rare flock together. Rick, as usual, begins his quiz, asked a whole lot of questions before investing his money into something that a normal person would have bought in a heartbeat.
So how exactly did you get the gun?
My father got this from the great-great-granddaughter of Fred Koch.
Are these many questions ever asked while I go to sell something antique? Maybe. How would I know? I've just gone to the shops to buy something, never to sell anything. But wait, it seems like he practiced it the whole night, answered all the questions like a pro. That man did better than the rest of us would do in our lives. Tough college times. Wait, what did my eyes just witness? Rick narrating the whole Wyoming Range War story.
Basically, large cattle barons feuding with really small cattle ranchers. The small guys were stealing cattle.
It felt like a whole history lesson to me. I must say, Rick does have some insane knowledge about antiques. The way he narrated the whole thing was nothing less than an informative history class. Not gonna lie. Moving further, we see Rick's intelligence as he checked all the details provided on the document just like a professional would.
This is a 45 caliber. This is a 45 caliber. It's a 5.5-inch barrel. That's a 5.5-inch barrel.
With this line, when you throw on a personal story that actually ties a cowboy to a gun, that's the kind of thing collectors love. I can see he clearly knows how to hit the proper note.
But when you throw in a personal story that actually ties a cowboy to a gun, that's the kind of thing collectors love.
Without a second thought, the man quoted $55,000 for the gun. What do you think? Are Rick and the old man on the same page? Well, for you to know that, you have to continue watching.
I'd like $55,000.
$55,000?
And obviously, before getting such a huge amount out of his pocket, he wanted a second opinion on the matter, for which he called an expert.
Get someone down here, he'll tell me if it actually belonged to this guy.
To be honest, I really don't get it. How can one identify if it's original or fake by just looking at some words written on a piece of paper? Anyway, who am I to say anything?
What we have here, it's really hard to make that connection.
Some facts were served right there. Like clearly, who else if not Rick would know more than for how much something like that goes in his shop. And you know, Pawn Stars is all about who bargains best to make the most profit. So let's see who gets to cut the cake tonight. And just when he thought things couldn't get crazier, Rick dropped the price and set his bet to $1,500 bucks. And all that effort went to waste right in front of your eyes.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna be able to do that. I think maybe I'll see if I can maybe get some more provenance.
That was pretty obvious. No one would want to sell an antique for this measly amount of money. Definitely not a very profitable deal. And with that deal went flying Rick out of Rick's hands. But in this next episode, this person walks in with a really interesting gun. But how interesting? You're about to find out.
Yeah, it's like something James Bond would wear.
Yeah, right. You just saw that, huh? But that's not out of a James Bond movie. That thing is as real as it gets.
What can I help you with?
I'm here to sell my ring pistol today.
Well, you know how a gun never stays in the shop for long, be it whatever shape or size. But this thing is something I've never seen or even heard of before. Have you ever seen a pistol ring? Boy, you're looking at it right now. This is something definitely worthy of adding to the antique collection list. Come on, you have to agree with me. Everything about this pistol ring is antique, from loading it to the trigger to its hammer. This thing is a killer. Literally. You know what? If I ever went undercover on a mission, I would definitely carry this cute little devil. James Bond, we just found your vibe. And I know Rick would agree with me too. Yeah, that man seems very particular about the price he's going to ask for that dangerous ring.
I'm looking to get $9,000. I'll use it to buy some of the things I collect more often.
I personally would wear that ring everywhere. It's an all-in-one combo, kind of a hidden treasure who can double up like your personal bodyguard. It's unreal how cool this thing is. But hey, did Rick just contradict me?
Wear them just for fashion.
Damn. Rick has got a good sense of humor, not gonna lie. Seriously, getting hit by that mini pistol ring would definitely hurt your ego hard, man.
It's also seriously a gun. I mean, it would really hurt getting shot with this thing.
And oh, I kid you not when I say that the man clearly did his homework right. He literally asked for $9 grand in the blink of an eye. I mean, that piece truly is a showstopper. But that expensive? Damn.
A $9 grand. They're pretty rare.
So what happened is that the deal took an intense turn, and Rick, being the smartest in this show, had to prove it. So before finalizing the deal, he wanted a bit of expert advice. I mean, that's always better than regretting later, right? So let's see what the expert had to say about this antique pistol ring.
The European gunsmiths, they were making all kinds of little weird things. This is the Imperial Protector. Basically,
looks like this tiny mean machine has taken down quite a few people in the past. So it must cost a bomb. But let's hear it from the expert himself.
For $11,500.
Okay. Thanks, Tony. I really appreciate it.
Whoa, I never expected that. $11.5K? That's crazy. And just look at the size of that thing. That thing is golden for sure. But as you know, Rick plays by his own rules. And I'm curious to know what he has to offer.
I'll give you $3,000 for it.
No, can't do it.
Okay, so Rick is trying to settle the deal for $3 grand. But bro, that's like not even half the price the seller asked. Do you think the man will accept the offer? For someone who knew a great deal about the pistol ring, I don't think this man is gonna budge. But Rick wasn't ready to give up or give in as yet. So do you think they'd both settle on the same grounds? Who do you think is gonna win this round? Well, let me put your anxiety to rest. For here comes the moment you're waiting for.
As amazing as this thing is, I'm sorry, I just can't do it.
And just like that, Rick missed the chance and saw the extraordinary collector's pride walk right out of his door. But what happened in this next episode is even crazier.
Working with an instrument maker and got really, really interested with the harmonica.
You know how music instruments can be great collectibles. In which case, what do you think about an ancient instrument that has an emotional connection to it? Does it help double up the price? Well, I don't know about you, but I have never seen a shining gold M Hohner harmonica.
We've all played a harmonica once in our lives.
Right, we have.
And we thought we were good at it.
So for those of you who don't know who Matthias Hohner is, here's a quick history lesson for you. Hohner was a trained watchmaker born in Germany. And his company, Math Hohner AG, is the oldest and largest producer of harmonicas in the world. If you want to know more about this masterpiece, here's Rick for you. So apparently the watchmaker was so blown away by the piece that this is what happened.
So he saw the writing on the wall, but he was also working with an instrument maker and got really, really interested with the harmonica.
Rick's knowledge never fails to amaze me. There's no question that he is a master of his job, and his trade skills are even better. But is this going to be a jackpot or a lost cause? Before Rick states his price, he found a problem with the musical piece.
We get in the ballpark.
Okay, all right.
It's plastic, and it's not in the greatest shape.
I don't know, it's not too bad a shape.
The cardboard's coming off.
Oh no. That's gonna majorly affect the price of this beautiful piece right here. So while the seller was holding on to a grand $500, what Rick pitched was unbelievable.
Here's 75 bucks for it.
$75? Wow. I would feel humiliated if I was that harmonica right now. I mean, come on, man, it's not that bad. But what can I say? Rick knows better. And the seller wasn't ready to back up, and even had a genuine reason for it.
$1 to fill my truck up with gas right now. I can't take 75.
I find the man reasonable. The least you can do is compensate his gas. But as you know, there are no emotions involved in business. Rick's not taken aback by anything, and sticks with his price, but he failed to grab the deal. I think he wouldn't mind much though, because the harmonica was plastic, and it was also peeling off in some places. So sadly, the seller needed to go back home with the broken instrument, and he couldn't even make enough money for gas anyway. Next up, we got this interesting thing that you'd never expect at a pawn shop.
The guy just pulled in the parking lot with a boat he wants to sell. So Chum and I...
Yes, it's a freaking boat! What you're looking at is a 1958 Sea Flight Glastron, and this is no common sight, y'all. Rick and Chum came to take a look at the huge and fascinating boat, and it looks like they already like what they're looking at.
57 Chevy, didn't they?
Sure did.
Is it a convertible?
And how could something start without Chumley's irrelevant questions, right? Like always, he was more worried about the boat being convertible or not. Well, Chum, you definitely cannot expect everything to be fancy, okay? Despite that, I can't help but love Chumley's confidence. Meanwhile, the seller has made up his mind to demand a hefty $10,500 for the boat. Let's hope he can make just as much from the master of negotiation. And this time, the item in question was a timeless beauty, created in 1958, standing tall, defying the effects of time. Whoever maintained it surely did it with the utmost care and dedication. Great work right there, but I think someone is already getting busy coming up with the numbers.
It looks just like the 57 Chevy I got for the old man's birthday. It's definitely tempting because...
Rick's already deciding how he was going to pitch this look-alike a 57 Chevy.
This Glastron boat is awesome, but boats are tough to sell, so it has to be a home.
Like he already said, boats are money pits. I mean, nobody would want to keep this huge boat in their homes as an antique. Quite rare, as the word suggests itself. But this seller is definitely giving Rick tough competition. With all that USP knowledge he was throwing about, he came in here ready to face the pawnbroking world.
Do you know why?
Because it was a little 17-foot boat.
No, because it was fiberglass. No more wood boats. Wood boats were moving out.
But what happened next was totally unexpected.
10-5.
In an unexpected turn, the owner of the boat bravely revealed a startling price tag: $10,500. Wow, that's crazy. What do you think Rick is gonna do? Will he buy it or break it?
I don't even want to make you an offer. There's too much work that's got to be done for me to make anything.
Did you see that? Rick didn't even make an attempt to convince the donor to accept a lesser price. But that's exactly what the show is all about, expecting the unexpected. But you cannot miss this museum piece that just made its entry into the shop today. A man brought in an ancient coin, a portrait of Julius Caesar from the month before he was assassinated.
Well, I have a coin here. It's a portrait coin of Julius Caesar from the month before he got assassinated.
But before that, quick history lesson. Did you know Caesar was the first living person to be depicted on Roman currency? Back then, this honor was only reserved for the gods, so you can imagine Caesar's position in the society. So you know that having him on a coin is quite exclusive, and any historical coin collector would be yearning to get their hands on this coin.
Would do what was necessary to preserve the Republic. Okay, and no matter what he did in office...
Rick was taken in by the intriguing offer, and his sincerity came through, creating a favorable environment for a possible deal. Rick, though, sticks to his strategy since he was logical. As you know, the man is a smart specialist who always seeks professional advice before taking major action. But let's see what the price on offer is.
How much were you looking to get out of it?
I want $4,400, please.
Okay.
I like this man's confidence and how he's so adamant about the asking price. Exactly the way it should be.
The style is correct. Everything is right.
Okay.
It's perfectly genuine.
The expert's analysis is giving us a ray of hope with each passing second. So let's see what the experts have to say.
$1,500.
Retail?
Retail.
Wait, what was that? $1,500? Are you kidding me? I thought that coin was a big deal. But what just happened? It's ridiculous. I mean, sometimes you can never explain how things turn out to be in the pawn world. Just like this episode where a man walked in claiming to have a 1951 Yankees team signed ball.
1951 Yankees
team-signed baseball.
For those who may not know, the New York Yankees of the 1940s and 1950s were the most dominant team in baseball history. They won 10 World Series titles only between 1947 and 1962, including their 5 consecutive World Series victories from the 1949 to 1953 season. However, things have now taken a turn, and the glory remains in history. Coming back to the item in concern, the seller also claimed that the ball had the signatures of around 22 to 23 Yankee players from around that time, and out of all of them, it had the signatures of Joe DiMaggio and Mickey Mantle.
At about 22, 23 signatures on
The year 1951 holds a special place in baseball history, as it was Joe DiMaggio's final season and Mickey Mantle's first. Also, Yankees won their 14th World Series that year. Buckle up, because this episode is sure to amaze you.
My grandfather went to a game in 1951 with my mother and received
The seller said that it was his grandfather who managed to get this iconic baseball. According to him, his grandfather went to a game in 1951 with his mother and received the autographs from a friend of his that was involved with the team. Well, sounds fair enough to me.
Baseball doesn't really mean a lot to me. It's got some family heritage, but it's a baseball.
I wonder why so many people want to sell something that has an emotional connection with them. But the seller's reason behind selling such an iconic ball seems pretty fair to me.
This would be perfect for the company softball game.
Chumley, I'm fixing to hit you.
Charlie was trying to play the fool, but Benjamin remained unaffected, steadfastly focused on the business at hand. Benjamin saw nothing but the business and got right back into it.
I don't trust this guy. I don't trust nobody, especially when they're trying to sell me.
Benjamin, I can feel you totally. It's not like we don't trust anybody, but it's always better to be sure when there's a ton of money involved. No doubt the expert had to be called in.
I do believe that this is a genuine 1951 Yankees baseball.
Whoa, it looks like there's some good news for the man, and we might see some bills going out of the shop. But wait, don't be sure. You never know when the deal goes south.
I think $3,000 is a reasonable amount for the ball.
With audacity that leaves me breathless, a staggering demand of $3,000 was quoted for the ball. And it's quite obvious as well. After all the authentication and the proof, anyone would ask for that kind of money.
They fired about $800.
But wait, what? Benjamin just quoted $800? That's it? No one would sell it for that much, Benjamin. But he was in this business before most of us, and I assume he'd know better. So these were some of the times deals got out of hand on Pawn Stars. So which one of these intrigued you the most? Let us know in the comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe for more such videos. And I'll see you in the next one. Until next time, guys.
Seth devises an expert method for appraising precious stones. Bob saves Les a lot of money with his knowledge of walrus reproductive parts, and Seth provides expert advice that saves a deal on an elephant part. These are the times experts saved less gold. Seth makes a shocking discovery on how the pawn shop is losing money. Les doesn't like it either. Both father and son know that if this keeps up, they could be out of business. Seth has done his homework and concludes that the pawn shop system needs to change. But is it worth the cost? Les certainly doesn't think so. The expert recommends a machine that could change the game. Les is still not convinced, but the old man is willing to give Seth the benefit of the doubt.
World War II Japanese sword is worth a ton of money.
This sword could be worth a fortune, but Rick isn't sure. He knows he's gonna need some expert advice. It works. Even Les sounds impressed with the speed and accuracy of the expensive device. Les doesn't mind losing a bet to his kids, especially if it earns him more money.
I'm here to sell my collectible Amazing Fancies issue, and it's 24 karat gold and sterling silver. It has Stan Lee's autograph as well. This is all original casing and stuff. There's only been like 1 or 2 that's been sold since like 2003.
So I don't want it because it doesn't match anything I have at our apartment.
Can we talk about this woman though for a minute? Why would you be in this relationship? I don't want to take this from this guy.
Enough.
A guy brings in a really interesting piece to the store at the behest of his controlling girlfriend. Ashley only wants to focus on business, but Bobby J is quite bothered about the customer's relationship.
Unfortunately, it's not 24 karat gold.
Oh, it's not?
It's plated, which decreases the value a lot.
Let me ask you this. What else have you had to get rid of?
Nothing. No, that's the only reason.
The kid's miserable. He's scared to death to say anything. We should have helped him. You can't have this. You can't do that.
Would you ever do that to somebody?
Can you just go over there and finish what you were doing before?
I can have an opinion about something.
You can, and enough's enough. Thank you.
The gold gun that Les bought from the expert comes in and saves the pawn shop more money. However, Bobby J's only concerned about saving the customer from his girlfriend.
Hi, Scott.
How you doing
So
today?
tell us a little bit about your
1958 Perilla Greyhound. Most scooters use stamped wheels, where these are spoked wheels, kind of blends between a motorcycle and a scooter. The rarity of the bike, there's only known to be about a dozen in the country.
of this particular brand.
This model.
So, realistic.
Let's deal with.
Tell me what you can do.
Give me 1 minute.
The customer walks in to sell a vintage motorcycle. The motorcycle is nice enough to catch Les's interest, but the price makes Les second guess.
A 58 Perilla motor scooter.
This is it.
Holy that's him.
So, let's be honest. How much were you asking for it online?
I was started out at 25.
And then what were we gonna do, raise it? This guy is trying to screw me. How can you get more if you have it online for $2,500?
I took it off because nobody wanted to buy it.
It's there.
Yeah, don't bull us.
No, it's not the bull.
Les and Ashley don't appreciate this customer's attempt to play a fast one on him.
I was ready to make a deal. But your dishonesty just pisses me off. Don't come in lying to me and telling me that you got it out there for $4,000 and you're selling it already for $2,500.
Next time you try to sell something, don't lie to somebody you're trying to sell it to.
Tell people the truth. It'll get you farther.
Yeah.
Don't come in bull me. Do you think we've become what we are today because I'm stupid? Good work.
Thanks to Les' expert, there's going to be no deal between Les and the scooter owner.
I'm Crystal.
Crystal, very nice to meet you.
Crystal and
This is
Ashley.
How you doing, Ashley?
Hi, how are
So
you?
what you got?
I have these bag of stones that I found out of my grandmother's house. She just passed not too long ago.
Oh, really? I'm sorry.
I'm just trying to get enough money for her funeral to do what I have to do.
Let me have, you know what? My gem expert is coming in this afternoon to look at a few pieces. You know what? If you want to leave these with us, I'll have him take a look.
What the hell is my dad doing? He's getting his lady's hopes up for nothing.
I'm going to show it to Bob. He'll make the final call.
It's a waste of
You'll
time,
see,
Dad.
you'll see.
Les believes that the stones might be profitable. However, Ashley thinks it's a waste of time and that it gives the seller false hope. Who do you think is right?
Earlier in the day, a woman brings in a bag of gems. And to us, they look just like crystals. But I have a gem expert, Bob. I'm going to have Bob check them out. So this woman with these stones is coming back. Okay. Do me a favor.
These are nothing.
We never get hits like this.
What do you appraise that at? Guys, your ship.
We're going to change this woman's life.
She's gonna flip.
Yeah.
Les is confident that Jim, his expert gemologist, will give him positive news. This time, Les's instincts are right on the money.
You're going to change her life. This could change her life right here. Okay, here we go.
Oh my God. So, you're in hard times right now, right? I don't even know how to break this news.
$10,000.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
My God, guess what? They just gave me $10,000 for Grandma Jules. Yes, I'm so serious. I'm glad I came up here today.
The woman gets more than she expected, but if Les gave her $10,000, just imagine how much he would make for the precious gem.
These are Walrus peni.
Walrus.
Penises.
Why?
I'm pretty sure I'm right in line with what you can find on the internet. $600 each for those, and $600 for them. There is no way I would take less than $500 for those a piece.
Correct.
Just wouldn't do it.
Let me just go look.
Two customers come in with some of the weirdest items you'll ever see on the show. Les has to take a second to understand what he's dealing with.
Yeah, you're 100% right. How the hell did you know about that? Holy Bob. He's really proficient in anything that's hard. Yeah, I mean, this is it. My guy knows about these things.
Right. Make us an offer.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming in.
Bob is an expert on all sorts of things, including the reproductive parts of a male walrus, for some reason. The expert really saved Les a lot of money with his odd knowledge.
Skull of an elephant.
Really?
It's very unusual.
It's very unusual. How did you get it?
My best friend had it, passed away, and I inherited this one. It's where the tusks were.
I understand that. It came from Africa?
Yeah, right.
Well, I
So-
can promise you nobody's ever brought in an elephant skull, ever. That I can
Little
tell you.
unique.
How about 500?
Nope. 500, I'll take it back. Throw it in my family room, even though my wife don't want it there. How about 12?
How about 5,000?
That's as low as I'm gonna go.
It's definitely elephant season for Les, but will he be inclined to own this piece of an African elephant?
Let me talk to my elephant expert.
Africans are more expensive than the Asian ones. Africans are...
So you don't really want to lug it back home, do you?
No, I don't.
So 600, 700.
I believe he'll put it in his own personal collection. It'll have a decent home.
You are?
Thank you.
51, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Les consults with his expert, and then he uses that advice to close down a good deal for the pawn shop. Robert Ashley, the deal expert, finds a customer with a car seat missing its base. Can Ashley make a deal, or will it turn into a funny situation? Ashley faces a funny moment. A customer wanted a Chinchilla scarf, but it's really just a bunny. Get ready for a wild time. So in walks this dude looking like he just stepped out of a heavy metal concert. Tattoos everywhere, face carved up like he had a disagreement with a razor blade. He's all like, "Hey, call me the devil." Seriously? Who does that? But hey, anyway, nice to meet you, Lucifer. Then he drops this bombshell. He's 2,500 years old. Seth's like, "Dude, you got me beat. Finally, someone older than my dad." But here's the kicker. He wants to swap his gold for some cash. Says money's the root of all evil. Yeah, buddy, you're really living the stereotype.
2,500 years old. Great. I finally got to meet somebody that's older than my dad. So how can I help you today?
I want to get rid of this gold. Money's the root of all evil.
This guy might take the cake for the weirdest guy that has ever walked through the store.
How much you want? I could have gotten $650 for this stuff if I melted it down and sold it to my refinery. How about 500?
Can't do it.
Saying $50 profit in this thing.
So they're haggling. Seth offers $650, he wants $610, and they're dancing around like it's a satanic tango. But alas, the devil doesn't always get what he wants. Cue the sad violin.
I guess we don't have a deal.
So there Seth is, trying to make a deal with the devil, and he's all like, "I want cash for my gold," and Seth's thinking, "Sure, buddy, let me just grab my holy water." But seriously, with the negotiation, Seth offers him $650, he wants $610, and they're doing the demonic dance of the dollars. But in the end, no dice. No deal with the Prince of Darkness today, folks. Sorry, Satan. Maybe next time, bring a better pitchfork. Ashley introduces herself in a bubbly tone. Now Nana barges in, claiming that she was promised $400 for her 3-carat diamond earrings. She accuses Nicole of lying about the offer. Ashley Nana's outburst intensifies and she demands respect while causing a scene. Ashley calls for her removal, leading to a heated exchange. Nana storms out, hurling insults and leaving everybody exasperated.
How are you?
I'm doing okay.
What can I help you with?
Either trying to get a loan on it or you guys can buy it. Trying to sell it for maybe like one. The certificate and everything is in there. And the bag costs actually way more than that.
Well, if you can tell, it's actually stained.
Okay.
All through here.
I'm trying to sell it for $150 or get a loan $75 instead of the $50.
Dealer Ashley is in the middle of a purse negotiation. Now she's trying to bargain her way through it, but it seems like she's hitting some roadblocks. The bag might be worth more, but it's stained. Now the dealer's not budging, despite the customer's attempts to reason. It's like watching a standoff at the OK Corral, but with handbags instead of firearms.
It costs way more than this.
Okay, but I'm not going to pay you for the amount that you think it's worth because it's stained. This is not one of the newer ones. This is not this season. I know about purses.
Can I get some?
My pepperoni looking ass. Pepperoni ass? I don't even know what that means. Did she take a look at her own ass?
Can I get somebody else?
Now, things are getting pretty spicy. The customer isn't backing down, throwing out some colorful language and asking to talk to somebody else, maybe hoping for a more favorable deal. Now, Ashley's standing firm, not letting the pepperoni insults get to her. It's a battle of wills over a bag, and nobody's giving an inch. Can't blame a girl for trying, though.
Somebody else? Why do I have to talk to you?
Because
You
I'm the
disrespectful.
manager. I'm disrespectful and you call me a pepperoni ass?
Ugly ass bitch. Can I talk to the owner?
I'm the owner.
You're not the owner. The owner is the other man. You must have. How you get here? You your way to the top.
The tension's palpable, and the customer wants to escalate things, demanding to speak to the owner. All surprise twist, Ashley is the boss lady. So, will the customer stick to her guns, or will she fold like a deck of cards?
Hey.
The situation ends with some confusion and disbelief.
Hi, how are you?
Looking for a watch, a nice watch. Know what I'm playing?
Sure. Which one?
That one right there.
This one?
Yes, ma'am. Hey.
For sure.
Wow, look at this watch. Like this right here. How much is this watch right here? $75 watch.
Do you want to spend more
Give
or
me
less?
like a watch like 500 or something.
Yeah.
A Bugatti.
Ashley kicks off with a casual, "Hi, how are you?" diving into the deep philosophical quest for a nice no. She presents an item with the enthusiasm of a game show host, throwing in a touch of suspense. What, like this right here? Now this is, how about this right here? $75, no more. Ashley's unique charm shines through as she tries to make a deal.
Let me see this one right here. This one right here. That's platinum. Yeah, I like that one. Oh, now this is real. I want to buy it.
Perfect.
$5.99.
$5.99 plus tax?
I got you.
Perfect.
Okay.
With a bit of a theatrical touch, Ashley takes us through her thought process, pondering the value of an item priced at $599. She playfully negotiates, exclaiming, $5.99? Yeah, I got you. But with a comedic twist, she emphasizes the urgency, claiming she's about to go deaf if the deal isn't sealed.
Okay, this is $599 plus tax.
Hold on, wait a minute. This is worth, look at it. 2 and add 3 more zeros with it. 2,000, baby. Come on. Okay, and it's worth $2,000. It's rare to find a $2 bill that got red in it. Now tell me they ain't worth $2,000.
I'm about to go deaf.
With a blend of sarcasm and determination, Ashley confronts a potential buyer, confidently declaring, "I've got a pile of money, so this. I get some change back." The escalating drama continues as she reveals the tax and challenges the customer to come out and make a deal. The conversation takes an unexpected turn, hinting at the item being worth more than a round neck.
This is worth more than that around your neck. You understand me? You little chunky, draws-looking person.
Okay.
So you want to ball my $2 bill up? You know what? I'm a Big Mouth is hungry.
You're hilarious.
Real funny, man. Y'all be killing me. I'll pawn you. Matter of fact, that $2 bill, you could out-pawn this whole stuff. With that
In a grand finale, the dealer passionately argues the item's value, escalating it to a humorous threat of going deaf. Now the playful banter reaches its peak with creative insults like chunk and band try. The situation makes us wondering if this is a sales pitch or a comedy routine. Continue not to go smoothly for Ashley as she faces the wrath of an impatient customer. Despite her attempts to redirect, the customer insists on bypassing the line. Now Ashley, cornered by absurdity, attempts to salvage the situation with humor and fails miserably.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
This like Chinchilla to you?
How much did you spend? Do you remember that?
That was a lot of cash, a lot of money.
Okay. I didn't sell you this.
You sold
me
this.
Ashley faces a furious customer. The customer, seeking a Chilla scarf, discovers that he's been bamboozled with the bunny instead of the luxurious Chinchilla that he desired. Grip, it's not a handshake, it's a ton of cash.
Right there.
I wish this bunny would just...
See this? Look at it. It's flying through the...
As the drama unfolds, Ashley denies the accusation, stating the Chilla is actually a bunny. Now the customer's girlfriend confirms the fluff faux pas, tossing the rabbit back. The receipt? It's apparently tucked in a peculiar location. Amidst the chaos, the customer adamantly demands a refund while comparing the bunny to Bugs Bunny. Now Ashley remains unfazed, suggesting the bunny be taken home as a consolation prize, but the customer's not having any of it. This bunny's not hopping away from the dispute. The customer exits empty-handed but full of fury, leaving Ashley to ponder the quirks of the manager. Ashley reveals that she is the manager, leading to a heated exchange. The customer insists on $500, using forceful language, but Ashley stands firm, refusing to tolerate demands. As tensions rise, the customer becomes more aggressive, threatening and claiming that they won't leave without the desired amount. Now, Ashley remains steadfast, emphasizing that they're not welcome back. The situation escalates, setting the stage for a dramatic exit.
How you guys doing?
Good. Got some equipment here.
Yeah.
We need some money. We're going to out west. We killed all the deer in Michigan, so we got to go out for bigger and better stuff.
In this thrilling episode, Les and Seth face two grizzled sellers with Santa beards armed with ancient computers. Claiming that they hunted all the deer in Michigan, they demand $900 to head out west. Les, skeptical and slightly amused, offers a resounding zero, much to their disbelief.
I thought that they were kidding. The last time I saw one of these computers was in the 80s. To be honest, what I can offer you is around here, there's no way we're gonna be able to help this guy out.
The sellers persist, insisting on $800, but Les holds firm at zero, triggering their rage. Unfazed, Les declares their items as mere ancient artifacts. Now these guys storm out in disbelief, leaving Les to reflect on the Detroit rock scene, mentioning ZZ Top's enduring presence.
Have a good day.
So much.
You too.
You know, I couldn't. ZZ Top is still in Detroit.
And an unexpected twist, an irate man drops and breaks an item. Tempers flare and Les kicks him out, declaring, "Get your ass out of here." Now, their retort is drowned out by Les emphasizing that they're taking care of business. Detroit's toughness showcased in a humorous security job offer.
Care of business, baby. So, if you need security job, you come and see us. People in Detroit are tough. She showed them. You people!
Wrapping up the chaos, Les confidently asserts that was taking care of business, baby. Now he cheekily invites anyone needing security in Detroit to come their way. The scene ends with Les asserting Detroit's toughness, leaving us all entertained and maybe questioning our own security needs. The seller aims high at $150, but Les offers a mere $10. The seller demands to see the manager, mistaking another employee for one. He refuses Les's crackhead price offer, leading to escalating tension.
I can go $10.
$10.
$10, yeah.
The seller refuses to budge until he gets his $150. Threats fly and Les makes Seth, the dealer, greets a man approaching with an earring emergency because his little red Corvette broke down. Classic. Seth, in awe, asks who he is, but the man's response? A mystery. Well, I guess it's time to cue the Prince theme music.
Now you're just, now it makes sense. Being a
I am being a
yeah, well, because you brought in a fake.
The truth hits hard like a guitar riff. It's an imitation earring. Seth throws some shade, calling it imitation Prince. The man's defense? Priceless. Seth's patience wanes as the man's excuses fall flat. Comedy? Pure gold.
Exactly.
Tolerate fake items, bids farewell with a sprinkle of Prince references. The man exits, but the drama's not over yet. Seth senses some mischief brewing. As the man leaves, Seth's parting words, a cheeky purple rain nod. Another day at the pawn shop, folks.
Now, if you can't help me, bitch, get someone else that can. Do I need to get loud?
What you do that for?
You punk ass hoes, bitch! Watch your punk ass hoes!
You playing my man?
Hey, what that electronics at, man?
Let's see what you
I ran
got.
out of gas in the damn parking lot. It doesn't matter how much it costs, man. I just need $150.
30.
I want my 150, please. I would
35.
I really don't need nobody. Just gonna be me. Let's go, bro.
Things get heated really quickly.
Hey, nah. This man, get off me. Think I'm playing with y'all?
There you go, a little bit
Man,
push.
y'all. I want y'all to help me out, man. Turn right.
I can.
In this lively scene, Ashley, a pawn shop dealer, encounters a customer seeking to pawn an item. With a comical twist, the customer explains her predicament, having lost all of her money at the casino and now seeking to pawn her car seat, albeit without its base. She hilariously demands assistance, unaware of the impossibility of the situation.
Too heavy to carry?
I need the base.
Ashley is unable to help her.
Have to have the base for it.
I know how a car seat goes. Can you get someone else? Where's the manager?
Me.
Do you have a supervisor?
Me. So I can't take it in pawn.
You Georgia peach looking mother. Now, if you can't help me, bitch, get someone else that can.
This customer constantly, persistently pleads for help, emphasizing her dilemma. Now, despite her persistence, Ashley can't comply due to the missing base. The customer's escalating frustration leads to demands for a manager or supervisor, but to no avail. Tensions begin to rise as the customer insults Ashley, resulting in security intervention.
To have the base for it.
I know how a car seat goes.
Properly?
Can you get someone else? Where's the manager?
Me.
Do you have a supervisor?
Me. So I can't take it in pawn.
You Georgia peach looking mother. Now, if you can't help me, bitch, get someone else that can. Need you to take my car seat. Give me my mother car seat. I'm not going nowhere. Let me go! Oh! Yo!
I don't know if she's supposed to be using the car seat or her child.
Byron the guard intervenes, forcibly removing the unruly customer from the premises. Despite her protests, security ensures her departure. We then conclude with the customer's futile attempt to reclaim her car seat, emphasizing the absurdity of her actions and highlighting the humor of the situation.
Ashley, Seth, and Karen to the office, please. Ashley, Seth, and Karen. So I got your results back from the secret shopper. Taking care of this customer. What is the first thing you see? 3 rings on the showcase.
That's not allowed.
Right. So one item out at a time. Now let's fast forward. Told somebody that you'd come back.
Like I said, I'd send somebody over.
But nobody ended up coming over.
Les, the silver-haired Sultan of Secondhand, calls his court jesters, Ashley and Seth, to the throne room. Apparently, he had a secret shopper, Ava, visit the pawn shop, and the results were not the best. Ashley and Seth exchange nervous glances, wondering if Les is going to unleash his legendary roar or just some good-natured pawn.
That you'd come back.
Like I said, I'd send somebody over.
But nobody ended up coming over. Now, how about this one? Wait till I show you this.
I yawn.
In front of a customer?
Maybe that happened one time out of like maybe the past 20 years that I've been here.
That particular day.
Les unleashes his claws. He throws Bobby under the bus for displaying 3 rings at once, a cardinal sin in Les land. Then he tears into Seth for taking too long to help a customer, accusing him of being slower than a pawnbroker on vacation. Ashley, sensing an opportunity, crosses her arms and silently whispers, "Uh-oh, somebody's feeling the heat."
Look at how Linda took care of this person.
This would run you $1,700 here.
That's
the best way to go.
Look at how he's showing the television set. In Steve's report. And let me show you who got a 98 out of 100. Karen. Look at the way that she's handling the customer.
I'm so happy I was able to help you today.
98.
Les shifts his focus, showcasing the shining examples of Linda and JP. Linda, the Diamond 9 diva, expertly appraises a watch, while JP, the tech titan, demonstrates a TV with the enthusiasm of a kid on Christmas morning. Ashley takes a mental note, scribbling "Be more Linda, less Seth" on her pawn-shaped notepad.
98. The most important thing that we have to offer is customer service.
You could learn something from me.
A rose near 2 thorns.
Les, I'm just doing my job.
I'm very proud of you.
Les reveals the ultimate scorecard. Karen, the customer service queen, scored a perfect 98. Ashley and Seth slump in their chairs, feeling like yesterday's jewelry. But Les throws Ashley a bone, calling her a rose between 2 thorns. A not-so-subtle dig at Seth. So Ashley puffs at her chest, basking in the rare praise, while Seth silently vows to outshine Karen next time.
Is there something you need help with?
No, I'm just browsing.
Okay, sounds good. Anything catches your eye that you want me to pull out?
I was kind of looking at some of these watches.
Okay. Something wrong?
Yeah, my phone. I just let my... Did you take my phone?
On the showcase.
In a pawn shop far, far away from common sense, a customer's quest for an invisible phone turns the store into a circus. Imagine a magician's act gone wrong. Now add grumpy customers and confused employees. It's a comedy of errors where the only thing missing is the phone that everybody's looking for.
Look, I ain't crazy, damn it. I just let my phone there. Yo, you better get off because I Yo, get the manager out. You own
Another customer in the store, you have got to get out.
Y'all, please, listen.
As chaos reigns supreme, the Invisible Phone saga transforms into a slapstick showdown. Consider a scene from a stupid action film, but with canes instead of firearms, and insults flying quicker than a swarm of birds. It's like a sitcom on steroids, with each character competing for the title of most absurd performance.
I'm out of here, yo.
Their business outside.
Nobody don't got time for this. Yo, get this old ass. Hey, what's your problem?
Oh, my
For
God.
heaven's sake.
You ain't gonna need that cane. Go ahead, put the cane down. Chill out. Gangster, calm down.
Yeah, all right.
Man, don't hurt nobody. And watch how you use that cane.
Shut the hell up.
You got grandkids?
Granddad.
Have a nice day.
Now, as the dust settles, the pawn shop resembles a battlefield of comedic proportions. With tempers cooled, the Invisible Phone remains the elusive star of this absurd show. And when the curtain falls on this hilarious display, only one thing is certain: nobody's gonna leave with their sense of worth intact.
Hey, I'm trying to pawn this chain.
Yeah, we won't be able to take this.
Why you want me to take?
Why are you screaming?
Because I want my mother money. I'm a boss. That's what I do. Get my money.
You're gonna come and get it?
One way or another.
All right, well, I'll come and give it to you.
Yeah.
So this guy strolls in all confident, trying to pawn off some chain. He's like, I want $250 for this. But hold up, it's faker than a $3 bill. The drama unfolds as he demands his mother money and threatens to take it by force. Oh man, well, we got ourselves a boss in the making right here.
Where's it at?
Back up. Okay. First of all, that's not real.
What?
Do you want me to let you pawn your watch for $250?
And here comes round two. The guy's still clinging onto that delusion, insisting that it's real bling. However, they're not having any of it, threatening to remove him if he doesn't turn down the volume. But at least he's willing to compromise. Now, will he finally accept reality, or is he going to keep shouting his way to nowhere?
I'll take the $250.
Wow. Changing the tone now.
Yeah.
Want to follow me this way?
Thanks for helping me.
Well, take a look at that. The guy finally got a soft spot and finally ready to see reason. $250? Yeah, sure. Talk about a change of tune. And with that, he's off to his next journey.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm all right. My girlfriend, she came up here and she got rid of my Xbox 360 and I came up here to get it back.
She got rid of your Xbox?
Yeah, we got into an argument and I woke up and it wasn't there, so I called her and I asked her where was it at, and she told me it was up here, so I just came up here to get it back.
Okay, it's not just gonna give you your 360.
You just need to give me my stuff.
No, I don't need to do anything.
I don't have no ticket.
Okay, you done?
Y'all just need to hand me my because I'm gone.
You gonna what?
What y'all supposed to have, some security guards or something? Y'all looking at me and
He can look at whoever he wants. He's our guard here. So.
Like I was saying, can I just have my... Can I just have
So here's this guy, right? He waltzes into the shop like he's lost his favorite pair of socks in the laundry. Turns out his girl threw out his Xbox 360. And he's all like, I need it back. And Ashley's there, cool as a cucumber, asking for a ticket. Ticket to what? The Xbox amusement park? Classic mix-up.
Another one?
Well, let me just look for one that I want to grab.
Okay, you go that way. I'll show you some. Wait right
Hey, what
here,
up 360 there, bro?
and I'll sell you one for $200.
No, I can grab one for free.
Excuse me?
Now the guy's on a mission, but Ashley's playing hardball. No ticket, no Xbox, she says. But our hero ain't having it. He's all like, just give me my stuff. Like, bro, do you even have a receipt? And then he tries some Jedi mind trick about grabbing one for free. Nice try, buddy, but this ain't a buy one, get one free sale.
Oh, I got the feeling that, yeah, he really into video games because he tried to warp out of here to like another world. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here.
Get the out. Now.
All right,
Don't ever step back.
You gonna make me move?
It pissed me off. I've never seen somebody run around my store like that. I've never seen somebody jump in a barrel. I've seen some crazy but never that.
Then it gets wild because the guy hops into a barrel and attempts to warp out of there. Now Ashley's telling security to get him out of there, and it's an entire circus. The guy finally bolts, and Ashley's left scratching her head wondering what the heck just happened. Never a dull moment in the pawn shop.
Hi, how are you?
Got a little bit of a problem.
Can't imagine why.
My kids were playing around last night, broke my teeth. Now I have no teeth.
They broke all your teeth?
I had dentures. So they
How'd
were
they
playing.
bring them?
They flushed them down the toilet.
And you want how much?
About 300.
300? $200. So I'm not gonna be able to give you 300.
2?
No, see, the issue is it has to be a certain amount of weight.
A woman with a smile like a jack-o'-lantern enters, claiming that her mischievous children flushed her dentures down the porcelain plunge. Now she offers a promise ring as collateral, hoping for $300 to buy replacements. Ashley politely informs her that it's more like a $10 promise, triggering a meltdown worthy of a Shakespearean tragedy.
For me to pay you for the silver.
Right, I understand it ain't worth all that, so what can you give me?
$10 to buy it.
No, I need more than $10. See, I have no teeth.
Right,
I go
so
to work
I'm not
tomorrow.
paying you for your teeth.
Okay, well, what the can you do then?
The woman launches into a guilt trip that would make even Mother Teresa flinch. Now Ashley stands firm, offering a measly $10 just to get rid of the verbal hurricane. But oh no, our toothless typhoon isn't satisfied. She throws insults like confetti, calling Ashley names that would make a sailor blush.
Takes one to know one, doesn't it? Talk a lot of smart, bitch. I do, and so do you. Keep walking. Now what?
I'm here.
Now what?
I'm here.
Keep walking.
Bitch, my car's this way.
Lucky Ashley didn't knock the teeth out your mouth.
Ashley, pushed to her limit, unleashes her inner dragon. The woman, finally defeated, slinks away, muttering threats. Ashley, victorious but slightly singed, sighs. One down, a million more to go.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I like your nail polish colors.
Thank you.
What do we got here? A laptop?
Laptop.
You type in your password? What brings you in today?
I just want to pound it in so I can give my sister some money.
All right, I can do 150, and that's what I can do.
Okay, can you do 165 or not?
I can do 150.
Okay, I know what, I ain't got time.
Ashley greets the woman with nail polish flair. But oh boy, we got an issue. This is a laptop fiasco. Now she's trying to get cash for her sister's birthday bash, but the password's playing hide and seek. Now she's clueless, and Ashley's like, try again! But it's like asking a goldfish to play chess. Negotiations start to begin, or do they?
I ain't got time for this.
I'm here to help you.
Okay, well, you have a really, really bad attitude. It's like you don't like your job. If you don't like your job, you shouldn't work here, sweetheart. I'm sorry, you really shouldn't.
I haven't even talked. I said I could go 150.
The way you treat your customers is so disrespectful.
I actually asked.
It's so disrespectful. Well, I'm sorry. I told you, I can't take 150.
You know what's disrespectful?
Learn how to talk. Learn how to talk. Learn how to talk.
Have a good day.
You were too silly.
So are you.
Don't touch my stuff. You were so silly.
If you want me to...
It's a bargain battle royale. Now the woman wants $165, but Ashley's all like, I'll give you $150, and it's a standoff. Then, boom, attitude explosion. The woman's throwing verbal haymakers like it's a boxing match. Ashley's like, hold up, honey, don't sass the cashier. But the woman's not backing down, even if it means storming out in a huff.
Want me to help you? Your worst mistake is to tell me off.
I could take my business somewhere else.
Are you a lady or are you a baby?
Excuse me, sweetheart.
About it.
I'm running the next store.
You think you're really gonna be able to handle that?
I did this one. I did all the heavy lifting with him.
You coming to the door like you gonna do something?
But, ma'am, you need to go.
You don't know me, bitch. You looking at me like you wanna do something, do something.
We give folks of all kinds, happy, sad.
Bye. Bye.
What more can we do, you know?
Walk away with a smile.
Talk about a grand finale, folks. The woman's on her way out, but not without some parting shots. Now she's throwing shade like it's confetti, calling everyone out like it's a reality TV showdown. But in the end, it's all smiles for Ashley and her crew as they bid adieu to the drama and welcome the next wacky adventure in the pawn shop saga. In the end, Robert storms out, swearing never to return like some kind of reality TV diva. Classic entertainment, folks. You couldn't make any of this up if you tried.
You looking at, mother? Get the off me. Hey, what the you look?
I need my $20. $100.
No, Mom, calm down.
You won't believe how much this customer did when he couldn't take in the truth.
Get the out of here, man. Get the out of here. Why are you standing behind me?
It's a bright and sunny day at the pawn shop, but hold on to your hats because we're in for a wild ride. This cool and laid-back Albanian dude strolls in with a bunch of ancient comic books. When I say cool, I mean it. Like, look at this.
Bless. Ganti, how you doing?
What's your name?
Ganti.
Genti?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
He's got dollar signs in his eyes, thinking they're worth a fortune. But is he in for a surprise or what? Les and Ashley, the shop owners, give them their usual warm welcome. The customer proudly showcases his prize comics, claiming they're from the groovy 70s and in mint condition. He's even bold enough to demand a whopping $2,000 for the lot. What? They are shocked.
How much did you want for him?
I was looking around 2,000, man.
$2,000?
But our savvy Ashley ain't falling for it. She spots the bent corners and unimpressive preservation, grilling the customer about their sorry state. Poor fella, he's speechless. Didn't see that coming, did he?
Do you see the edges?
That's just one of them. Come on.
No, actually, that's all.
Ashley cuts straight to the chase and offers a jaw-dropping $5 for the entire stack. Yep, you heard it right. A gigantic drop from his lofty $2,000 expectation. Naturally, our customer isn't happy with the lowball and tries to haggle. But kudos to Ashley and Les. They hold their ground, eventually nudging the price up to a massive $6.
Come on, you guys just work with me a little bit. Give me something, you know what I mean?
6?
And that's when things go from 0 to chaos. Our previously calm customer suddenly loses it, accusing the shop of playing mind games. Leslie tries to calm him down, reassuring him they're not joking around. But no, he won't take their word for it. He insists on verifying the authenticity of the comics, and Ashley's response takes him to new levels of shock.
From the 1970s.
So am I.
I don't go for you.
Oh boy, buckle up, because it's all downhill from here. The customer starts swearing up a storm, slamming the table like a man possessed. He's convinced he's being duped, and boy is he fuming.
You're playing me right now, because I know this is worth way more than $6.
The situation gets so out of hand that a burly bodyguard has to step in and escort him out. But wait, there's more. Right before leaving, he pulls a move that really ticks off another customer. Talk about adding fuel to the fire.
Get the off me. Hey, what the you look? Come here.
Next thing you know, we're witnessing an impromptu street brawl right inside the shop. These two customers throw punches like they're in a heavyweight championship match. And let me tell you, it's a hilarious sight to behold.
Come on, fuck me. You little bitch.
Eventually, the bodyguards swoop in like superheroes and drag both fighters out. Man, talk about a show. After the dust settles, our Albanian friend tries to save face with a final quip. I'm Albanian, baby. Well, my friend, you certainly lived up to that fiery reputation of yours. What a roller coaster of a pawn shop experience, folks. Next up, just another regular day at the pawn shop. People coming and going. Some happy, some not so much.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Let me prove my point.
Now here's a guy who walks in hoping to get a loan of $100 for his gold chain. And you know what? The receptionist happily agrees. Loan approved, right?
How much would you like?
$100.
Okay. I can do the $100.
Well, hold your horses, because this is where things go haywire. This customer seems all polite and even hands over his ID for verification. But then he brings up this 20% business, as it's written on the sign right there. The receptionist is completely lost, and the customer starts explaining how he should get 20% added to the $100 loan, making it $120.
Put my 20%, right?
What 20%, sir?
The sign right here say I get 20%.
But the poor receptionist has no clue what he's talking about. Politeness goes out the window, folks. The man's anger instantly flares up when he realizes the receptionist is clueless. He asks her if she's ever seen the sign in her life, and boy does he point it out right in front of the shop. Talk about intense.
Sir, I don't know what you're talking about.
Is you serious?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, you ain't never seen the sign?
Now, this angry customer won't let it go. His voice keeps getting louder, drawing everyone's attention in the shop.
I'm supposed to get 20%. You said you gonna give me 100. I get 20% of 100.
We see as the bodyguard's on alert, and even Seth, the boss, steps out of his office to see what the commotion is all about. The man keeps angrily repeating that he's supposed to get that 20% with $100. When the receptionist refuses to budge, he demands to see the manager. Seth steps up and asks the customer to read the sign again. He patiently explains what it actually means.
Another pawn shop, bring me in the ticket, and when you take it out of that pawn shop, I'll give you 20.
But does our furious customer listen? No way. He's sticking to his guns, dead set on his demands. He even goes back and snatches the sign to show it to the receptionist and Seth. You can practically feel the tension, folks. If Seth wasn't behind that glass, this guy might have thrown a punch. Clearly, he's not thinking straight. That's when the bodyguard steps in and takes the sign away from him.
Hey,
point. Straight up, my man. Let this go. Let this go. 20%.
The angry customer doesn't even give Seth a chance to explain. Oh boy, talk about rage blinding a person. This irate customer keeps shouting in the shop, demanding his 20%, hoping someone will back him up.
Sir.
Why?
Well, because you're
false advertising. I guess you think I can.
You're not letting.
But here's where things escalate. This customer challenges Seth to step out of his glass office and face him like a man. Whoa, the temperature's rising in here. But Seth's having none of it. He tells him to get out since he's causing a ruckus. And you know what happens next? He gets escorted out by the bodyguard. And get this, he tries to take the sign with him.
I'm getting something out this, bro. I'm you down for the sign, my man. I'm gonna chase you down.
Gotta admit, that's a bit hilarious. But the bodyguard quickly snatches it back, and the customer keeps cursing as he leaves the shop. But wait, there's more. To show his anger, this guy grabs a harmless plant and throws it on the ground.
$20 worth right there, bitches.
Oh, man. What did the plant do to him?
Seriously, what did the plant ever do to you, man? And off he angrily storms away. It's never a dull day around here, is it? This next lady has real poor luck, but it does not excuse her behavior.
Good, man. The door's right there. Have a good day.
Because you got a big dude, you think you hot?
So this lady storms into the store demanding her stuff back, which happens to be just 2 TVs. The receptionist asks her for some ID and tickets as proof, but this lady is completely clueless.
I need your ID or the tickets.
My what?
She doesn't have any of those things, and here comes the shocker. Her boyfriend pawned off her belongings. Can you believe it? Now she wants them back, and it's a pretty messed up situation to be honest. She explains to the receptionist that she can't provide the required documents because her no-good boyfriend isn't even around anymore. He left her high and dry. Ouch, that's gotta hurt. Now Ashley, who overhears the whole thing, initially sympathizes with this poor girl. But hold up, that sympathy doesn't last for long, and for good reason.
I feel terrible for her, but I can't help her without her ticket.
This customer suddenly loses her mind, like all the anger in the world has consumed her. And guess what she does next? Brace yourselves, people. She starts yelling and banging on the glass window, demanding her precious TV.
Don't bang on my window!
Seriously, that's not how you get things done. Even if someone is trying to help you, no one will tolerate that kind of behavior. Ashley, understandably furious, tells her to back off. The situation gets so heated that Ashley has to step out of the room to confront this unruly customer. And guess what? This lady has the audacity to threaten Ashley. Well, Ashley isn't one to back down, so she tells her to get the heck out of the shop. This customer is beyond crazy, I tell you. It seems like she had a truckload of problems even before she set foot in the store.
What? I dare you.
Now, the bodyguard steps in to escort her out, but oh boy, this girl goes on a rampage. She knocks over everything in her path, completely enraged. Come on, girl, you seriously need to chill out.
Bye!
Finally, they manage to get her out of the shop, but you won't believe what happens next. Unlike the previous guy who threw a plant, this woman tries not once, not twice, but 3 freaking times to break back into the store. I mean, seriously, woman, get a grip on yourself. This is just embarrassing for everyone involved.
But damn it, we're not your local psychologist neither.
Even the bodyguard has had enough at this point, and he can only imagine what kind of crazy exchange must have taken place. Man, oh man, what a wild scene that must have been. This next guy is the most polite guy you'll see, but things take an interesting turn.
I'm trying to help you solve your issue.
What you mean?
Well, folks, let me tell you about this wild encounter that went down, starting with a seemingly innocent greeting.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Well, actually, I'm not doing so good.
Little did anyone know, trouble was brewing. You see, this poor customer was feeling down because his dear grandma had passed away. He needed to sell something urgently to scrape together enough cash to cover his rent. Now that's a tough spot to be in, right? Enter Ashley, a real gem of a person. She genuinely empathized with this guy and offered a helping hand. So the dude decides to sell his late grandma's ring, thinking it's made of real gold and worth a fortune. Ashley, being the responsible gal she is, takes a good look at the ring to verify its authenticity. And guess what? It's not the real deal, folks. It's as fake as a knockoff Rolex.
300.
Okay.
Do you have anything?
Naturally, Ashley breaks the news to the guy and asks if he's got anything else to pawn instead. But this fella, he ain't buying it. He's convinced that Ashley's got it all wrong, and he wasted his precious time chatting with her. Well, hold your horses, buddy. Ashley calmly reassures him that his time wasn't wasted and suggested he could pawn his TV instead. But oh boy, this suggestion hit a nerve. He starts acting all weird and uncooperative, throwing a tantrum.
TV. You can pawn your TV.
What the I look like?
Now, here's where things get intense. Ashley's just trying her darn best to help this guy out, but he's not having it. He demands his ring back and starts searching for someone else to deal with.
I'm trying to do whatever I can to help him.
It's not making no sense.
And when Ashley tries to explain that she's simply doing her job to lend a hand, it's like a switch flip inside this guy's head. He goes ballistic, questioning Ashley's every move and acting all erratic. It's honestly a bit scary, folks. Believe it or not, this fella has the audacity to tell Ashley to lower her voice, even though he's the one causing all the ruckus. Talk about pushing boundaries. He even has the nerve to put his hand on her face trying to belittle her. And get this, he's not even listening.
Lower your voice.
Don't
Lower your
tell
voice.
me
Lower
what
your
to do.
voice.
Don't
Lower your
push your-
voice.
He's busy with his threats, making Ashley's job even harder. But our girl Ashley, bless her heart, stands her ground like a champ. But wait for it, folks. Here comes the jaw-dropping twist. Out of nowhere, a hero emerges.
My face.
Lower your
Don't
voice.
put your
You got
finger
me.
in my
No, you got me.
Bam! This mysterious stranger slams our angry customer to the ground WWE style. Can you believe it? And that's not all, folks. This hero then grabs the unruly fella and drags him out of the place. Because guess what? The dude still won't quit.
On the ground. On the ground. On the ground, mother.
He keeps up with his nonsense, making threats and vowing to return for more. Seriously, what on earth did Ashley ever do to deserve this kind of treatment? It's downright mind-boggling, folks. Well, the last person on this list is no less than any other irrational person than earlier.
If the item was worth the money, I would give her money, but he was a loudmouth.
It's just another ordinary day at the shop when this woman walks in, hoping to make some quick cash by selling her jewelry. Pretty common scenario, right?
How you doing?
I'm good.
Trying to find this here.
Well, here's the twist. It's also quite common for people to claim that their jewelry is real, when in fact, it's not. But it all depends on how they react when they find out the truth. Now, this particular woman already seems a bit agitated as she approaches the counter to sell her rose gold earrings. Les, the shopkeeper, takes a look at the earrings and bluntly informs her that the color is not real. Surprise, surprise.
I can feel you.
Okay, so what's up?
They're not real.
The woman didn't see that coming. Les goes on to explain why the color is faded, indicating that the earrings are not made of real gold. Now, you'd expect her to accept the reality and move on, right? Nope, not this lady. Instead, she comes up with a lame response like, well, duh, that's because it's rose gold. Seriously? I mean, it's common knowledge that when the color starts fading on real gold, it's a clear sign that it's not genuine. But this woman insists it's two-tone rose gold, while Les insists it's just some base metal.
They were just base metal. It's not gold. Base metal is going to turn colors when you put chemicals on it.
Come on, lady, listen to the expert here instead of getting all rude. The fact is, base metal changes colors, not real gold. It's pretty clear that this woman just wants some money and has the audacity to demand $200 for those earrings. And as if being rude wasn't enough, she starts hurling abuse at poor Les.
That real rose gold earrings, man, I need $200 right now. What the is the...
Talk about being confused and disrespected. I can't blame Les for not taking that kind of nonsense. So the bodyguard steps in to escort the woman out of the shop. But guess what? She keeps insisting that she wants her money and even asks the bodyguard to check the earrings again. Seriously, lady, drop it already. Here's the funny part, and you'll never guess what Les did next.
Yeah.
You want me to wrap these up?
Yes, he did that. I mean, why bother with someone who refuses to listen, right? Eventually, the woman is escorted out by Les and the bodyguard. But she doesn't give up that easily. She actually tries to break into the shop not once, not twice, but 3 times. I can't help but feel secondhand embarrassment for her. It's like witnessing pure insanity.
He's out.
In conclusion, this woman's behavior was out of line. Instead of accepting the truth and moving on, she chose to be rude, abusive, and persistent. It's a good thing Les and the bodyguard stood their ground and didn't let her disrupt the shop. Let's hope she learns a lesson from this and thinks twice before causing such a scene in the future.
My dad truly believed that this glass could be something.
Space for years. And you never know what surprises will walk through that door. Today we've got Seth bringing in something that's blowing everyone's mind, and boy is he in for a shock. Our friend Penny rolls in with a rare 83 T-top Cutlass, lowrider frames, and a fully customized beauty. Whoa, whoa, whoa! This is the stuff dreams are made of. These babies are like finding a needle in a haystack these days, and you can see Seth's eyes light up with excitement. Easy there, Seth, don't get too carried away.
We see all types of old cars come through the store.
Does it do the four-wheel hop?
It could if you wanted it to.
This amazing car is decked out with 4 switches and can hop up to 72 inches in the front. And guess what? If you're up for it, it can even do a 4-wheel hop. Talk about a versatile ride.
If you wanted to, it's equipped to, but it's very rare we see a tricked out car that actually jumps off the ground.
This car is the real deal, folks. It's got all the bells and whistles you could imagine. How often do you come across a fully equipped ride like this? Seth can't help but admit that it's incredibly rare to see a car that's not only fully customized, but can also jump off the ground. He can't resist showing off, telling us about the car's 4 hydraulic pumps and a whopping 14 deep cycle batteries. More batteries mean more power, right? Seth and his buddy can't resist the temptation to hop in and experience it firsthand. And let me tell you, they are having a blast. Now, Seth really wants this car, but he wants it at the right price. Penny, on the other hand, is hoping to fetch $12,000 for it. Will Seth bite the bullet and make the deal? Well, here's the twist.
How about $4,000?
Seth is only willing to dish out $4,000 for it. Whoa, talk about a huge drop. You can see the disappointment on Penny's face. He explains that he spent $4,000 just on the paint job alone. After some negotiation, Penny agrees to settle for $10,000. But Seth tries to push it further, offering $7,000. You know he wants it.
It's very rare we see a tricked out car that actually jumps off the...
Penny, being the wise guy he is, doesn't take the deal. In the end, they part ways on good terms. Well, folks, let's hope Penny finds another buyer who's willing to meet his price for this fully customized car. It's always a thrill to see unique items like this in the pawn shop. And who knows what will come through those doors next. Stay tuned for more pawn shop adventures. But here comes another gem-filled day at Les's pawn shop. We have a woman who's brought in some stones she discovered at her late grandmother's house. Her goal? To gather enough cash to cover her dear grandma's funeral expenses. Poor thing, she's not quite sure about the value of these stones and is expecting to receive a modest sum for them.
Younger.
How much did you want for these?
Anything would help, like $50 or $100.
Enter Ashley, who wants to assist but has serious doubts about the authenticity of these gems. Who knows what other surprises await us in the future? Stay tuned, folks, because the adventure at Les's pawn shop is far from over. Hold on to your seats because this next guy is about to unleash some of the rarest goodies on the market.